Live from Idaho Central Arena in Boise, Idaho, it's Utah Grizzlies hockey, as tonight's a regular season opener as the Grizzlies take on the Idaho Steelheads. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Utah Grizzlies hockey. I'm Tyson Whiting. It's the 30th season of Utah Grizzlies hockey. It's my 7th as the voice of the Grizzlies, and we're certainly thrilled to be here as the Grizzlies begin the season with 3 road games. A home opener will be 2 weeks from now as the Grizzlies take on the Allen Americans. Well, for the Grizzlies, obviously it's a rivalry every time they face the Steelheads, and they will meet 9 times during the regular season, which is actually a little bit less than what they normally play. Normally it's 14 or 15 times a year. This season, it's just 9 meetings, and the Grizzlies only have 3 games here at Idaho Central Arena. Well, as we mentioned all season long, the Grizzlies will be celebrating their 30th season of professional hockey in the state of Utah. Well, year one turned out to be a championship campaign as the Grizzlies played in the International Hockey League from 1995 through 2001. The Grizzlies did win the 1996 Turner Cup as they were led by head coach Butch Goring, who was a 4-time Stanley Cup winner with the New York Islanders. Goring is currently a TV analyst with the New York Islanders. The Grizzlies had a great run with Butch Goring as he won 178 games in 4 seasons. There was a lot of prominent NHL figures on the Grizzlies during the IHL era. Think about Butch Goring, obviously a great player and was a great coach for the Grizzlies. The leading scorer for the Grizzlies during their 1996 postseason run was Andy Brickley, who's currently a longtime TV analyst for the Boston Bruins. And the second leading scorer on that 1996 playoff run was Scott Arnold, the current head coach of the Winnipeg Jets. Bob Bourne coached the team for 2 years, and he's a 4-time Stanley Cup winner as he was a teammate with Butch Goring. And Bob Bourne actually had a lot of success, 83 wins in 2 seasons at the end of the IHL era. But then the International League folded in 2001, and the Grizzlies spent the next 4 seasons in the American Hockey League from 2001 through 2005. And in fact, the last season that the Grizzlies were in the AHL in the 2004-05 season, their ECHL affiliate was the Idaho Steelheads. In 2005, the Grizzlies AHL franchise was sold to Dan Gilbert, and that team is now known as the Cleveland Monsters. The Grizzlies purchased an ECHL team and moved them to the Salt Lake Valley, and this is the 20th season of Utah Grizzlies hockey in the ECHL. And the Grizzlies have had quite a bit of success. In 15 of the 18 years in the Grizzlies ECHL era where a postseason was held, the Grizzlies made the playoffs 15 times. The Grizzlies have a combined .531 winning percentage in 19 ECHL seasons. So it's going to be a ton of fun as the Grizzlies will be celebrating 30 seasons of professional hockey all season long. We'll have Grizzlies trivia all year long, including a trivia question that will be taking place in the second period into tonight's game. Ryan Kanasowicz returns for his 4th season as Utah Grizzlies head coach, and he's certainly a prominent figure in Utah Grizzlies history as he is the all-time leader in goals, assists, and points. In team history, Kanasowicz has a record of 108, 96, and 12 in 3 seasons behind the Grizzlies bench. The assistant coach once again will be Christian Horn for the 2nd straight year. The equipment manager is Jackson Hibbert. It's his 2nd year as head equipment manager. He was an assistant equipment manager for a couple years before that, and Colin Lee is the 5th-year athletic trainer. So it's going to be a ton of fun. Looks like pretty close to a sellout here at Idaho Central Arena in a building that holds just about 5,200 fans. And for my money, it's the best rivalry in the league. It's the Grizzlies and the Steelheads. We're in business on a Friday night, and when we come back, we'll talk about the returning players for this year's Grizzlies club. There are 11 players that have previous ties to the Grizzlies that are back for another season, including 10 who returned from last season's club. It's the Grizzlies and the Steelheads. We're having a good time here on a Friday night, and you're listening to the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it, or we'll replace it, no questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection, but at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
At Black Bear Diner, you always get more. More choice. More amazing food. More value. So get more. And get it today. Black Bear Diner.
Welcome back to Utah Grizzlies hockey. As face-off is less than 20 minutes away as the Grizzlies take on the Idaho Steelheads. There are 10 players returning from last season's club and 11 if you count James Shearer, who was a key defenseman for the Grizzlies during the 2022-23 season. He was a key defenseman, had 6 goals for the Grizzlies a couple years ago, and he is back after spending last year in the EIHL, which is where a ton of former ECHL alums end up. For the Grizzlies, Dylan Fitz is back. He leads all returning players with 21 goals last season. He also had 20 assists. In 136 games with the Grizzlies, Fitz has 41 goals and 45 assists. Cole Gallant's back for his second season. He finished third on the Grizz with 35 assists and was fourth in points with 47 last season. He's got a ton of speed, and he'll be paired up with Keaton Mastrodonato and Neil Shea on the Grizzlies' top forward line. Mick Messner, if you're talking about MVPs in training camp over the last couple weeks, my money is Mick Messner. He was outstanding. He had a 3-on-5 shorthanded goal this past Sunday in a Grizzlies preseason game against the Idaho Steelheads, and that was late in the second period. Messner had 3 shorthanded goals last year, and he had 15 goals and 23 assists, and he appeared in all 72 regular season games for the Grizzlies last season. Only Brandon Cutler and Tyler Penner, they're the other two that appeared in all 72. Cutler is currently playing in Germany, and tonight's kind of going to be an odd one because it's the first time in the Ryan Kanasowicz head coaching era that he will not have Tyler Penner. That's right, tonight Penner's consecutive game streak comes to an end at 216 as he's not on the Grizzlies roster, and it doesn't look like he's playing anywhere else. If you count the postseason, the streak ends at 240 games. Aaron Aragon had 10 goals and 6 assists in 59 games for the Grizzlies last year. He did start last season playing in 4 games and scoring 5 points with the Idaho Steelheads. Aragon was a star in training camp as well, and he scored a goal in the preseason game here in Boise last Saturday. Grizzlies did lose 6-2 on Saturday and 7-3 on Sunday. They're looking to make up for it here tonight. I thought Luke Manning was outstanding in training camp. He played at the University of St. Thomas, and then in March of 2024, Manning signed with the Grizzlies after his college career ended, and he's been a standout in camp. He'll be wearing number 16 for the Grizzlies. We will also see Blake Wells wearing number 12. He played in 3 games last season for the Grizzlies as he finished up a college career. Last season, he was at the American International College, AIC. Before that, spent 4 years at UMass Lowell, where he scored a combined 9 goals in 4 seasons. So 6 returning forwards from last season's club: Fitz, Gallant, Messner, as well as Aragon, Luke Manning, and Blake Wells. If we're talking about returning defenseman, Brian Yoon is back, and it's certainly great to have him back in a Utah uniform. He led the Grizzlies in plus-minus last season at plus 11. He did play the first half of the year with the Grizzlies, and then on January 18th was loaned to the AHL's Hartford Wolfpack, and he stayed in Hartford for the rest of the season, scoring 2 goals in 18 games. Johnny Fairbrother had 1 goal and 2 assists in 8 games with the Grizzlies last year. He spent most of the season in the AHL with the Colorado Eagles. It'll be Fairbrother's 4th season as a pro, and he's on an ECHL contract. He'll be wearing number 24. Last season, he was number 3 for the Grizzlies. Kay Jensen was off to a really strong start last season before suffering a season-ending injury on November 8th of 2023 against Wichita. Jensen is a pretty big defenseman at 6'2" and about 200 pounds. Jensen's got a lot of experience in the junior ranks as well as playing at Mount Royal University. Jensen's going to be a good one wearing number 23 for the Grizzlies. He is back in a Utah uniform. He'll be paired up with Kabori Dunn, one of the new defensemen this season. And we mentioned James Shearer, a guy that's back for a second stint with the Grizzlies. He played in 80 games with Utah from March of 2022, where he made his pro debut, through April 2023. He had 9 goals and 25 assists in 80 games with Utah. We mentioned last season he played in the EIHL with the Coventry Blaze and had 2 goals and 11 assists in 39 games. So that's the returning Grizzlies. We mentioned the 6 forwards. The 4 defensemen with previous Grizzlies experience include Brian Yoon, Gianni Fairbrother, James Shearer, and Kay Jensen. There's one goaltender that's back from last season's club, and that's Vinny Duplessis, who was the starter in the final 2 regular season games that took place here in Boise. Duplessis tonight will be the 3rd goaltender, and he will not be in uniform, but Duplessis does look like he's going to have a promising pro career. Last season, he had a great year at Quinnipiac University, where he had a 2.02 goals against average and 914 save percentage. So that's the returning Grizzlies. When we come back in 30 seconds, we'll go over the new faces for the 2024-25 season. This is the Utah Grizzlies pregame report on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
There are some great names returning for the Grizzlies this season, but there are a lot of exciting new faces for the 2024-25 season. Starting in net for the Grizzlies tonight will be Adam Scheel, a guy that Idaho Steelhead fans are certainly familiar with, and I think Grizzlies fans are familiar with him as well, as he spent a couple years here in Boise with the Idaho Steelheads, and Scheel was a star with Idaho a couple seasons ago. Remember, the Steelheads had that legendary regular season run in the 2022-23 season, and Adam Scheel was a big part of that. In 36 games a couple years ago with the Steelheads, he had a record of 28-8-1 with a 1.97 goals against average and 932 save percentage. Somehow that was just good enough for second team all ECHL. It should have been first team, quite frankly, as Adam Scheel is outstanding. He's 6'4" and 190 pounds. He spent all of last season in the American Hockey League with the Chicago Wolves, and he was their starter all season long. He played in 42 games, so he played in about half of the Wolves' games, had a record of 13-18-8 with a respectable 905 save percentage and a 2.84 goals against average. Scheel is 25 years old to be wearing number 34 for the Grizzlies tonight, and I know that all Utah fans are glad to have him on their side. The backup goaltender tonight is a new one, and Jake Barcheski, who spent the last 5 seasons in college. He played 4 years at Canisius College and last year transferred to the University of Michigan. Barcheski's college teammate for 4 years at Canisius College was Keaton Mastrodonato. Mastrodonato scored 24 goals and 18 assists in 48 games with Idaho last season. He also scored 4 AHL goals in 19 games with the Texas Stars. Mastrodonato this past summer signed an AHL contract with the Colorado Eagles, and Mastrodonato is now in a Grizzlies uniform, and he's going to be a great scorer. He'll be wearing number 8 for Utah, and he's somebody to watch out for, as he'll be on that top forward line with Cole Gallant and Neil Shea. Shea's a new member of the Grizzlies. He'll be wearing number 22. Shea played against the Grizzlies 6 times last season as a member of the late Newfoundland Growlers in 64 games with the Growlers last season. He had 18 goals and 19 assists. He also appeared in 1 AHL game with the Toronto Marlies. And Neil Shea's got a lot of speed. He'll be wearing number 22. He's a very skilled player. He split his college career, played in 2 years at Northeastern University and 2 seasons at Sacred Heart University. One of those years, he was a teammate with former Grizzlies forward Dakota Raby. We'll watch out for Neil Shea, the 25-year-old native of Massachusetts, and he'll be a good one. His father, also named Neil Shea, is an amateur scout for the Colorado Avalanche. So Neil Shea will be in there for the Grizzlies wearing number 22, and he's going to be a good one, left shot, and he'll be on the left wing for the Grizzlies tonight. Nick Pastorius has previous ECHL experience with Iowa and Newfoundland, and he scored 1 goal in 9 games with the Newfoundland Growlers a couple of years ago. There are some interesting rookies. I'm really looking forward to seeing Briley Wood making his professional debut. He'll be wearing number 14. He had a breakout season in the WHL with the Wenatchee Wild. And in fact, he went wild, if you will, during the postseason in the WHL, where in 6 playoff games, he had 6 goals and 7 assists. So Briley Wood's certainly somebody to watch out for. He'll be wearing number 14 for the Grizzlies, making his pro debut. Craig Armstrong and Tyson Upper will all be making their professional debuts tonight as well. Armstrong will be wearing number 3. He played in the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League last season, and he was a solid performer. He's not very big. He's about 5'8". Armstrong last season had 17 goals and 22 assists. Before that, spent 5 full seasons in the WHL playing for Prince George and 1 year with Red Deer. So Armstrong will make his pro debut, a native of Crossfield, Alberta, and he'll be wearing number 3 for the Grizzlies tonight. Also an Alberta native from the Calgary area is Tyson Upper. His name is my name, too. He'll be making his pro debut wearing number 26. Upper has spent the last 3 seasons at the University of Calgary. In one of those 3 years, he was a college teammate with defenseman James Shearer. So Tyson Upper comes back, reunites with James Shearer. He'll be wearing number 26, and he'll be on the third line as the center. Cade Nilsson will make his pro debut, at least the North American pro debut. He did spend some time in the EIHL, where he played for his father, who's the head coach of one of the EIHL teams. Nilsson is battling an injury, and hopefully he'll be back sooner rather than later. Not sure how long he'll be out of the lineup, but Cade Nilsson will be a good one. He'll be wearing number 27 when he makes his pro debut for the Grizzlies. New defenseman, I think a lot of people are really excited about Derek Dashke. He'll be wearing number 5. He had 16 goals with the Kalamazoo Wings last year, which tied for second among all-league defensemen. Josh Wesley of the Grizzlies did lead all-league defensemen with 18 goals last season. Dashke was tied for second in the league. Kabori Dunn will make his pro debut tonight. Played at Lindenwood University the last couple of years. Kabori Dunn, this past summer, when he signed his contract with the Grizzlies, became the first player that has ties to Ghana, first Ghana native to sign a pro contract. He also has ties to Canada, where he was born in British Columbia. Chase Hartje and Kyle Powell are both out of the lineup, but they're both first-year North American pros. Hartje did spend some time in the EIHL last season, and Kyle Powell is the biggest of all the Grizzlies at 6'6" and 225 pounds. So that's new members of the Grizzlies. We will see Adam Scheel starting in net. We will also see a couple defensemen making their Grizzlies debut in Derek Dashke and Kabori Dunn. We'll also see Keaton Mastrodonato, Neil Shea, Nick Pastorius making their Grizzlies debut, and making their pro debut tonight is Craig Armstrong, Tyson Upper, and Briley Wood. Kabori Dunn will also be making his pro debut tonight. So there are 4 players in the Grizzlies lineup tonight who will be making their professional debuts. When we come back, we'll go over the lineups for both teams, including the Idaho Steelheads, as they're being introduced to the big Idaho Central Arena crowd. We'll go over the lineups for both teams on the other side as the Utah Grizzlies pregame report rolls along here on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Why is Jerry Seiner the #1 Kia store in the Salt Lake region? Selection. We've got over 350 new Kias to choose from. Savings. Shop over 40 new Kia Sportage models and save up to $2,500 off when you buy. Jerry Seiner has been the area's most trusted automotive source for over 40 years. Little wonder then how we've made thousands of friends to last a lifetime. Jerry Seiner Kia, South Jordan.
Always gives you more ways to save on top of our lower than low prices. And when you download the Smith's app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. With a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Discover more ways to save big every day. Smith's, fresh for everyone.
Welcome back to Idaho Central Arena. I'm Tyson Whiting. Face off here in a few minutes. Let's go over the starting lineups for both teams. First, for the visiting Utah Grizzlies, we're led by 4th-year head coach Ryan Kanasowicz. The assistant coach is Christian Horn. Last season, the Grizzlies went 31, 36, and 5, and they missed the postseason by 1 game. Utah has made the playoffs in 15 of the 18 ECHL seasons where a postseason was held. Starting in net is going to be Adam Scheel. We talked about him just a little bit ago. Scheel last season played in 42 games with the Chicago Wolves. 2 years ago, he was second team All-ECHL with the Idaho Steelheads. He's been a winner pretty much everywhere he's been. At the University of North Dakota, he was the NCHC Goaltender of the Year in the 2020-21 season. And at North Dakota, in 4 years, he had a 1.95 goals against average and a .916 save percentage. Actually, 3 seasons that he was at the University of North Dakota. She'll be wearing number 34 for the Grizzlies tonight. Utah will be starting up with their top forward line, which is Neil Shea on the left wing. He'll be wearing number 22. He played with the Newfoundland Growlers last year. The starting center will be Cole Gallant wearing number 25. Gallant was third on the team in assists and fourth on the team in points last season. And Keaton Mastrodonado makes his return trip to Idaho Central Arena. He had 24 goals for the Steelheads last season. Starting defensive pairing, Brian Yoon, who led Utah with a +11 rating in 38 games. He'll be paired up with Derek Dashke, who had 16 goals with Kalamazoo last year. So starters once again. In net's going to be Adam Shield. The defensive pairing is Yoon and Dashke. Forwards are Shea, Gallant, and Mastrodonado. Starting in net for the Idaho Steelheads is Ben Cross. Cross, new to the club, as he is one of 3 NHL and contract guys with the Dallas Stars that got reassigned to the Steelheads. He had 4 games with the Texas Stars last year. He played with 3 different colleges, played at Miami of Ohio, a couple years at Arizona State, and last season played at St. Lawrence University. Looks like a moment of silence for a season ticket holder here with the Steelheads that have been here since day one.
Thank you.
So Ben Cross gets a start in net, the starting defensive pairing for the Steelheads. For my money, the best defensive pairing, Matt Register and Patrick Kudla. Starting forwards, Hank Crone, who was the MVP in the 2022-23 season. He'll be lined up with Ty Pelton-Bice and Thomas Cron. Now let's pause for our national anthem.
What's surrounding me at twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the red hearts we bore were so gallantly streaming.
That's our national anthem here at Idaho Central Arena. For my money, the best rivalry in the league. The Grizzlies and the Steelheads will come back and have face-off on the other side. This has been the Utah Grizzlies pregame report on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
It's a great night for hockey as 2 big standings points are on the line as the Utah Grizzlies take on the Idaho Steelheads for the first of 9 meetings this season. It's the first of 72 games for the Grizzlies in their 30th season of professional hockey as their tradition continues here this year as the Grizzlies are wearing a black jersey with white numbers and professional green trim. Adam Schill was a superstar for Idaho 2 years ago, and he'll get the start in net for the Grizzlies. A great defensive pairing of Derek Dashke and Brian Yoon get the start, as well as the forwards Neil Shea, Cole Gallant, and Keaton Mastrodonado. Referee tonight is Tyler Haskell. The linesmen are Eric Landquist and Randall Culver. As Idaho will be skating from right to left, they've got a white jersey with dark numbers and silver on the top and bottom of the jersey. As Tyler Haskell will drop the puck, Ty Pelton-Bice for Idaho. He's out there with Thomas Cron and Hank Crone. As Idaho wins the draw, Kudla up ahead to Pelton-Bice across. Shot! And saved by Schill. Big time save on the shot by Thomas Caron. 10 seconds in. Grizzlies come back skating from left to right. Getting to center ice is Neil Shea. And he'll flub it in as Ben Krause makes his Steelheads debut, 5th pro game. He played in 4 games in Texas last year, throws it to the near side. It's Patrick Cudla, skies it to center ice. Puck head ups at the Utah line past Hank Crone, who played with Allen the last couple of years as Brian Yoon avoids a big-time check at Thomas Cron. Puck flubs out to center ice. It goes to the Utah line. Crone lets it go. Yoon will hustle after it in the far circle. The Grizzly zone. He gets it and skates around Shield's net. He'll tap it off the end boards for Dashke. Dashke fakes ahead. Now he throws it to the right. Briley Wood gets it in his pro debut. Number 14, right wing, righty shot. Saved by Ben Krause. And he will hold on as Wood fired Utah's first shot about shoulder high. And Krause was able to corral it with his glove. So Briley Wood, wearing number 14, gets Utah's first shot. And it's the first shot for either team. 50 seconds in. Everybody make your pick to click as to who's going to be the player of the game for the Grizzlies. Pick to click is back this season. My pick is Mick Messner, was a star in the preseason game. Messner gets a shot right off the draw, and it's blocked by his teammate Luke Manning. Manning's out there with Messner and Briley Wood. Puck kept at the opposite center ice. Fairbrother gets it at the Utah line. Across it, James Schur holding an A on his sweater. Wood throws it from blue line to blue line. Puck goes to Connor Punnett in his Steelheads debut. NHL entry-level deal, 21 years old. Diagonal pass. McEachern blows a tire. Grizzlies get it back in their own end. Fairbrother, long-range pass tapped off a Messner stick. Punnett runs it down at his goal line far side. Both teams spread the ice as Punnett will throw a 3/4 of the length pass that bounces off a Shearer stick. Fairbrother left wing, steps over the line, dumps it in. Tyson Huppard chasing after it in his first pro shift, wearing number 26 for the Grizzlies. He's the third line center. Up ahead, as it still heads, Justin Ertl gets it towards Hoffman. Brandon Hoffman couldn't handle it. Grizzlies re-enter. Craig Armstrong, first pro shift, number 3, skates towards the far corner, centers it out in front, and it taps off a stick and goes wide as Armstrong was looking for upper in front of the net. Justin Ertl, 21 years old, pro debut, ahead to Trevor Zins, one of 6 defensemen for Idaho tonight. He gets it tapped away by Kabori Dunn, past the Idaho line. Fitz couldn't handle it. Fitz wearing number 13 for the Grizzlies, as Armstrong will tap it with Zins, and it flies out of play into section 113, about row 5, as we stop play 2 minutes in. Utah's taking each of the first 2 shots tonight. There's a pretty good crowd, not quite a sellout, kind of a late arriving crowd. A lot of California transplants entering the Valley. 18 skaters as opposed to 17 this season. As taking the draw for Utah's Blake Wells is out there with Nick Pastorius and the former Steelhead Aaron Aragon, who played in 59 games with the Grizzlies last year. Grizzlies get it as it's tapped away by Jade Miller. Pastorius throws it in as he collides with Trevor Zins. Idaho, Slava Demon, he gets blasted by Pastorius, who plays a physical game, previously played with Newfoundland and Iowa. Miller taps it ahead. Nick Gennady, acting as a forward for Idaho tonight, has a tap off his stick. Demon gets blasted by Pastorius. Pastorius and Demon want to mix it up. Demon skates to the bench. Pastorius stays in there as Blake Wells will tap it to Pastorius in the area. Cudla keeps it in. Pastorius brushes it away. Good shift by Nick Pastorius in his Grizzlies debut, sporting a mustache. Cudla re-enters from the right side, stops at the point, fires it to the left corner. Thomas Cron, who played with Norfolk last season, trying to get to the high slot for Bice. It's poked away by Neil Shea. Shea races, neutralizes, gets it. Skates in, center pass, shot goes just wide as Shea was looking for Maldonado. Pass didn't quite connect. Cron 3-on-2 enters the offensive zone as he throws to the right point, but calling offside is Eric Landquist, a longtime linesman, as play is stopped with 16:54 left in the first. Wait, talk about a ton of speed and playmaking ability on the Grizzlies' top line. Shea had a 2-on-1, skated to the left side, tried to center it to Maldonado out in front. Pass didn't quite connect, or it could have been 1-0 Utah. We're 3 minutes in, still no score. A lot of action here early on. Idaho wins the neutral zone draw. Hank Crone will throw it in as the puck hops off the end boards on one skip of the ice. Sure rolls it to the near side for Maldonado, gets it to Gallant across, looking for Neil Shea. It's poked away by Matt Register, the future Hall of Famer. Bice over to Crone, right side. Crone enters the zone, gets double-teamed, and tapped away by Shea. Gallant tattoos it off the far board. Shea runs it down, no icing. Ben Krause plays behind his net, and he'll throw it to the near boards. Maldonado to Shea behind Idaho's net. As Shea skates towards the right corner, as Register one arms him away. As puck goes towards Idaho. Register gets it ahead to Cron. 1-on-2, he crosses center ice, and he'll loft it in as the Steelheads make a full line change. Cade Jensen running it down. He's out there with Kabori Dunn. Jensen long-range pass towards the Grizzlies bench, taps off the near boards. Briley Wood steps over the line and throws to the left corner as Messner spins around a Steelhead battling for the puck. Idaho gathers it as they'll push it ahead. As the Steelheads get out to center ice as McEachern gets around Dunn. Puck deep into the Grizzlies zone. McEachern gets tapped away by Wood. As Kabori Dunn over in the far corner as he's being shadowed by Mark Olver. Olver in his first Steelheads game, 36 years old, 74 games of NHL experience with Colorado. Over gets the puck, skates down the middle, crosses center ice, left wing pass, gets off the boards. White runs it down, left side, lefty shot, saved by Shield. Fitz gets the puck. He's at the Utah line, races to the right wing, crosses center ice. He'll throw it to the left corner and chases after it. Connor McEachern with good speed gets there first. McEachern out to center ice, long-range pass goes tape to White. White enters the zone, tried to drop it off for Hoffman, but lost control. Dashke gets it out towards you, and we get a whistle. Delayed offside is called with 15:15 left here in the first. We're still early on, so grab some chips and dip and a beverage of your choice. And enjoy a little bit of Friday with us. We've had quite a bit of action here early on. Grizzlies have taken 2 shots. Idaho's taken 1. Tyson Upper played the last 3 seasons. The University of Calgary takes a draw, but it's won by Brendan Hoffman. Hoffman gets it to register at center ice. He kicks it towards Shield, who brushed it towards the near side. Justin Ertl in his pro debut gets it to Hoffman, left side. Shot is blocked away by Upper Stick, and it flies out of play off the protective netting as whistle blows with 15:02 left in the first. Grizzlies get the top forward line out there with Cole Gallant, Neil Shea, and Keaton Mastrodonato as we're 5 minutes in. Both teams have taken 2 shots. Idaho's second shot came from center ice, taken by Matt Register. Hoffman for Idaho, wearing number 9, stares down Cole Gallant. Gallant, the top center for the Grizzlies here to start the season. Gallant, second full year as a pro, played at Western Michigan University. Utah wins the draw. Dashke gets over to Gallant with good speed. He skates towards his left. At backhands it to center ice. Pass was wide of Neil Shea. Register across to Kudla. Kudla gets to center ice. Trying to get to Hoffman. It bounced off his stick. Shea races down 2-on-3. Steps over the line left side. Stops near the corner. As Shea gets the Mastrodonato down the middle. He brushes towards his right. Taking the puck away, though, is Hoffman. Hoffman gets the center ice and dumps it in as Hoffman gets around Yoon. Dashke in the area. Big 6'2 defenseman over to Mastrodonato. Right side. Pass ahead. Aaron Aragon's on a breakaway. Skates down the middle. Backhand shot. Saved by Cross. And Aragon hacks away. Puck near Cross. The whistle blows as Cross covers up. Boy, Mastrodonato is at the Utah line. Aragon was at the Idaho line. Pass ahead. Aragon was behind the Idaho defense and had a breakaway. Aragon just kept dangling the puck back and forth and went to his backhand. Pretty nice effort by Aragon, but Cross anticipated the backhand and was able to make the stop. So the first grade A scoring chance goes to the Grizzlies on an Aaron Aragon breakaway, but Cross was able to make a big save 5.5 minutes in. Blake Wells will take the drives out there with Pastorius and Aragon. I got to fill in Nick Pastorius with his effort. If he plays anything like he did in his first shift, will become a fan favorite. Draw won by the Grizzlies, but it goes between Fairbrother and Shearer. Fairbrother gets the Shearer far side. Shearer tried to get to Aragon as his stick was lifted by defenseman Reese Harsh, and icing is on the Grizzlies with 14:10 left in the first. There's a lot of sports and entertainment options out there, and in the state of Utah, there's more options than ever before. So we appreciate everybody for giving the Grizzlies a chance here on opening night, and hopefully you'll stick by for all 72 regular season games. Bice will take the drives out there with Karan and Crone. That's the Idaho forward line. Utah still has the 3 forwards out there, the 4th forward line. As Idaho wins the draw, Punnett throws to the near corner. Shearer wearing number 74 avoids Thomas Karan's check as Shearer gets it towards Fairbrother along the near boards as he battles with Bice. 2-on-2 battle. Shearer will shovel it ahead towards Wells, who gets it to Pastorius at neutralize. Pastorius dumps it in. Not all the way, though, as Karan runs it down. He'll move it to his right for Reese Harsh, a big defenseman. Harsh will loft it in, and it bounced off a Grizzly. Everybody trying to find it. Now the whistle blows as Idaho is offside with 13:42 left in the first. Aragon had a breakaway. Ben Cross made a big save. No score. Grizzlies have outshot the Steelheads 4-2. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
At Black Bear Diner, you always get more. More choice. More amazing food. More value. From huge breakfasts to delicious lunches and hearty dinners. Black Bear Diner has more for you. So get more when you want it, the way you want it, and get it today.
Good old-fashioned family food, Black Bear Diner. Black Bear Diner.
Right now at Les Schwab, it's the deal you've been waiting for. The Score More sales event. Save up to $160 instantly on a wide selection of 4 tires and 4 wheels. Plus, every tire is covered by America's best tire warranty. 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. Because nobody stands by their tires like we do. It's a better deal on better tires with the best service in the business. Get more from Les.
Yeah, a little noisy in Boise. 13:42 left in the first period. Utah has had the 2 big scoring chances. Shield tried to find Mastro Donato out in front of the net, and then Aragon had a breakaway a couple minutes later. Utah wins the draw. Jensen dumps it in. Puck got redirected on the way. No icing. Deep in the Steelhead zone. They're skating from right to left. Grizz from left to right. As Punnett throws it to the Utah line, Jensen runs it down. Jensen combines size and speed. He'll get to the center ice line. Wood couldn't handle it. Demon across to Trevor Zins for Idaho. Blue line to blue line pass. Goes tape to Cron, who stops in the right point. Gets to Cron down the middle, but Cron fumbles the puck as it goes to the near corner. Cron, the playmaker, 3 assists last Saturday in the preseason. Over to Zins, who gets to the far corner for Cron. He'll shuffle it around the boards as Bice loses the stick. Actually, it was a Grizzly. Manning lost the stick, gets it back. Bice tried to feather it out in front. Pass goes wide to Cron and all the way deep into the Steelhead zones. The Grizzlies will reshuffle the deck personnel-wise and get 5 new skaters. Demon behind the Idaho net. He played with 3 different ECHL teams last year. Slava Demon over to Nick Canati. He's a fast one, small Steelhead, but led the team in fighting majors last year. Canati steps over the line near side, stops, Yoon shadows him. Canati around the boards to Cron, who tried to get it behind his back to Svetlikov, and Dashke anticipated it and took it away. Dashke across to Yoon. Yoon around the boards towards Armstrong, wearing number 3, who drops it for Upper. 3-on-3, Upper across the center ice, steps over the line. He gets it poked away by the Steelheads' Patrick Kudla, who was the league Defenseman of the Year last year. Left wing pass connects to Register, skates to the high slot. He'll shuffle it to Miller, who couldn't get the skipping backhand pass. Miller now gets it in the corner, feeds it up top to Kudla as he gets tripped up by Fitz. No call. They did make a call. Boy, the call was late. The arm didn't raise until the Grizzlies got the puck and were skating to neutral ice on an odd man break. So kind of a late call by referee Tyler Haskell, but he eventually made it. And it was a good call as Dylan Fitz gets 2 minutes for tripping as Patrick Kudla over in the left point drew the penalty. Steelheads year in and year out have one of the best power play units in the league. Utah is trying to improve their penalty kill from the last place mark they had last season. They were 28th in the league on the penalty kill. So that could be a big factor here. And the Grizzlies' penalty kill goes to work as Cole Gallant will be out there with Mick Messner as well as Fairbrother and Shearer. Bice to take the drives out there with McCollum and Crone. Idaho wins the draw. Kudla over in the high slot, gets it to Crone, who's in the left point. Crone dangerous on the power play, gets to the near goal line for McCollum. Shot saved by Shield. Third save by Shield here so far. Puck goes to the high slot for Kudla. Down to Crone left side, back up top to Kudla. Kudla fakes to his right, now gets to the far corner right side for Bice. He feeds up top to Thomas Caron. Back to Bice right side. Bice gets to the Kudla high slot. Kudla over to Crone near goal line. Crone surveys back to Kudla. One-timer kick save by Shield as Kudla's stick broke as he was taking the shot. Kudla gets a new stick from the Beast. Chris Bestel, the equipment manager. He's been around as long as the franchise. Crone high slot dangles. Now gets to the Kudla near circle. Lefty shot. It goes wide as they're trying to get McCollum in front of the net. Kind of a half pass, half shot. Cron on the right side, trying to get up top and bounce off the referee. Bice across to Kudla left side. Kudla gets it across. One-timer goes wide. That was taken by Cron. Everybody hacking away at the far goal line. They get up top to Crone. Crone over to Kudla left side. He'll get it across to Bice. Bice to Crone down the middle. Over to Bice. One-timer, he scores! Tie Pelton Bice, the Grizzlies killer, does it again. He had 17 goals last season. And Bice on the power play got a one-timer from the right circle as the Steelheads have taken a 1-0 lead. Boy, Grizzlies really looked like they were hanging on, but the puck was just in the Grizzly zone for too long. And the Steelheads' top power play unit in the league as one guy in a fishing costume will skate off the ice with the one fish that gets thrown on the ice after Idaho's first goal, which does remind me that on February 15th, The Grizzlies are holding their first ever fishing night as they look to hook the Steelheads. That's going to be February 15th, the Grizzlies' first ever fishing night. So by scored 8:58 into the contest. Idaho did get 3 shots off on that power play. Idaho wins the draw. McEachern skates to the right side, shadowed by Jensen. Backhand shot goes wide as the Steelheads continue the attack. Connor Punnett, left side shot, saved by Shield. Rebound shot to score. No goal, says the referee. The puck was played with a high stick. Referee said it was played with a high stick. No goal as the shot was taken from the left point. Played with a high stick, and it was put away. McEachern was in the area, so was Mark Over. And Grizzlies fans are asking themselves, where was that in the 2023 Kelly Cup playoffs in Game 5? But no goal on the play as the puck was played with a high stick. As the referee talks with Everett Sheen, now he goes over. Tyler Haskell, the referee, talking with both coaches. As they say, it was played with a high stick by Mark Olver. Eventually, it was McEachern that scored, but the goal was waved off. It's still 1-0 Steelheads. 10:51 left in the first. Idaho wins the draw. They've got momentum. Connor Punnett, first-year pro, rolls along the boards. He played in the OHL the last few seasons. As McEachern battles with Dashke and Yoon. Yoon will backhand it ahead towards Shea along the far boards. Action still in the Grizzlies zone. Now it's at the point. Right side, righty shot gets blocked away. Actually, it was a lefty shot taken by A.J. White. As Yoon will bounce it off of McEachern. White on the left side. He'll skate towards his right. White now to the far goal line. Feathers it out in front. Shot and a score as A.J. White either bounced off a Dashke skate or got onto McEachern. And the Steelheads continue the momentum as it's now a 2-0 game. Looked like White might have bounced off a Dashke skate as he skates to the bench first. 10:21 left in the first period, and the Steelheads have taken a 2-0 lead. White just kind of skated about 10 feet in front of the net and just tried to centering pass out to McEachern. It bounced off of either Dashke's skate or maybe McEachern got a piece of it, and it's 2-0 Steelheads. As the draw won by Utah Pastorius will fire it off the far wing boards. Idaho throws it around their net as Kudla gets it to Justin Ertl. Make that Brendan Hoffman who flies it in. Ertl is on the ice out there with McCollum. As Fairbrother head to Pastorius at center ice. Hoffman delivers a big-time hit on Fairbrother. Pastorius over the line, as well as looking for a sharp angled shot from the far side that goes wide. Ertl and Fairbrother, big-time collision at the Idaho line. Both players go flying as Fairbrother comes off the ice, replaced by Jensen. Cutler behind his net as they give the goal to A.J. White. 6th year, he's a captain. Actually, it's the 7th year he's a Steelhead captain. As McCollum dumps it in from just outside the Utah line. Ertl gets a good shoulder check from Blake Wells. The puck bounced off the referee for the second time this period. As Pastorius gets to the Idaho line and dumps it in. Pastorius wearing number 42. As Demon over to Zins. Pastorius delivers a hit on Demon. Blue line to blue line pass connects to Miller. He'll dump it in. Miller wearing number 26. White got the goal, and McEachern getting an assist. 9:39 into the second period as Idaho leads 2-0. Action in the Grizzlies zone far corner. Kanadi gets up top to Zins. Puck bounces off of his stick. Tyson Upper gets it 2-on-3. Left wing. Upper fires a shot. Saved by Cross. And he holds on. It's Tyson Upper and Nick Kanadi exchange some words after the whistle. Idaho got a power play goal from Ty Pelton-Bice. And A.J. White made it 2-0 as two of the Steelheads' big guns score in the first half of the first period. 9:06 is left in the first, and it's the Steelheads 2 and the Grizzlies 0. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our families' tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm and our lights on. It's the power behind the team and a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club account today.
Idaho leads 2-0 as Ty Pelton-Bice scored a power play goal 8:58 in with Hank Crone and Patrick Kudla getting the assists. And then less than a minute later, 9:39, and A.J. White scored his first of the year with Connor McEachern getting the assists. And for White and Pelton Bice, they are two of Idaho's big guns offensively. Draws in the Steelhead zone. As Grizzlies have Cole Gallant taking the drives out there with Shea and Mastro Donato. As Idaho wins the draw, Trevor Zins will slice it towards the Steelheads bench. Puck tattoos off the near boards. Kanati races down, backhand shot. And Shield makes a save. As long-range pass, Kanati was able to get behind Kabori Dunn. Action over in the far corner as Kanati battles. Now Kanati gets it back right side, throws to the far goal line. Shot! Shield makes a save. And rebound goes to Kabori Dunn. He'll tap it off the near glass. Keeping it in is Demon, who fires towards the net. And Shield makes a save in the butterfly position. As Utah skies it out to center ice. Puck hippity hops to the Idaho line where Zins corrals it. Gets it to Demon, who directs it to Miller. Miller flies it in, but it goes out of play into row one over in the near corner of the Grizzlies zone. 8:27 left here in the first period. We're having a good time here on a Friday night. Grizzlies will have to wait another week for the next game that will be against the Rapid City Rush at the Monument. Start of a two-game series. Kind of odd to come down here and just play one game as Utah wins the draw as Briley Wood gets it towards Yoon, who crosses center ice over to Wood, who dumps it in as Reese Harsh runs it down. Wood tries to keep it from the point as it bounced off of Yoon. Yoon to the high slot for Messner. Messner gets around Harsh left side. Messner with the lefty shot. Saved by Cross. Where Reese Harsh was on Messner like a cheap suit. Messner somehow was able to get around Harsh and get a shot off. Cross did a good job not allowing a rebound as Messner fired a pretty quick-looking wrist shot towards the net. Ben Cross, one of those goaltenders. First time he's played against the Grizzlies and first time he's played with Idaho. He played in 4 games with the Texas Stars last season, had a 2-2 record as he allowed 11 goals in 4 games. Draw one by the Grizzlies. They're in the attack zone. Yoon will backhand it towards the corner. Messner around the net, skates towards the near side. Messner directs up top to Dashke, who feeds it to Yoon. Left point. One-timer goes wide. Messner, he gets hit by Punnett. Punnett's got pretty good size as puck ends up back in neutral ice. Crone tries to run it down. Wood will tap it away. Karan gets to the Utah line, and he'll tattoo it off the far boards. Karan runs it down. He's a pretty tough player, one of the stronger players in the Steelheads. As Crone takes it from Karan, who was battling with Hume, and fires it off the backboards as Dashke pushes Bice. Messner runs it down near side, near the corner, gets in front of Crone and boxes him out. Over to Dashke to Hume, back to Manning. He's on the far side, still in the Grizzly zone. Utah spreads the ice. Diagonal pass, right wing connects to Dashke, but Wood had already entered the zone as Utah is offside with 7:25 left in the first. It's the Steelheads 2 and the Grizzlies nothing as Idaho has outshot Utah 10-6. Draws going to be at neutral ice. Wells is out there with Aragon and Pastorius. Mark Over, the 36-year-old, will take the draw for Idaho. His father, John Over, was the head coach of the Steelheads when they won the Kelly Cup back in 2004. That was Idaho's first year in this league. As Idaho wins the draw, McEachern, right wing, crosses center ice, steps over the line, right side, lefty shot. It's blocked away by Shearer stick. Kudla gets up top to register. He's got an A on his sweater over to Kudla, who has a tap off his stick. Kudla behind the net, centers out in front, shot to score. Kudla to McEachern to the back of the net. And it's now 3-0 Idaho. Idaho just was able to get so much traffic out in front of the net, and a beautiful pass by Patrick Kudla, who's behind the net, fed it out in front to McEachern, and it's now 3-0. As McEachern was left unaccounted for, as Grizzlies had over accounted for. Fairbrother was in the area. McEachern just kind of skated in and was able to score. So 3 goals on 11 shots here with 7 minutes left in the first period. Utah wins the draw. Fitz dumps it in. Zins chases after it. Zins over to the near side. Will brush ahead to Demon along the near boards. Action, the Steelhead zone. The puck flies towards Craw's net and it goes up top. Dunn couldn't handle it. Running it down in the Grizzly zone. Down the middle is Jensen. Jensen gathers the puck, pivots, and gets to neutral ice. He crosses center left wing, and he'll drive it in as Cross rolls along the near boards. McCollum gets it. Lyndon McCollum had a 5-point game here on March 1st against the Grizzlies last year. As Ertl gets knocked down, puck goes back to center ice. Demon pitches over to Ertl, lets it go past him. And Ertl, only 21 years old, making his pro debut. Dunn around the net, gets battled by McCollum, who boxes him out and throws it back to center ice. Harsh goes D-to-D with Zins near side. Diagonal pass towards the middle. Couldn't be handled by Hoffman. It goes back towards Zins. The one hands it ahead. Grizzlies enter the zone. Fitz looked to center up, but nobody was home. Gallant runs it down, gets the Shea over on the left side. As the fans serenade one of their own, Adam Schill, who was second team All-League with Idaho a couple years ago. As Gallant gets it one-handed away, as Idaho will restart the attack skating from left to right. Ertl across the center ice, no skip it in. As Yoon runs it down behind Utah's net, he gets the puck, gets around Justin Ertl, who blows the tire. Over to the left side for Shea, back to Gallant, crossing center ice. Back to Shea, who tried to get it over to Gallant, cutting towards the net. And the puck hippity hops on one hop back towards Cross, who covers up with 5:37 left in the first. Well, the Steelheads are buzzing. They got first period goals from Ty Pelton-Bice, as well as A.J. White and Connor McEachern. It's the Steelheads 3 and the Grizzlies nothing. 5:37 left in the first. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it, or we'll replace it, no questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection, but at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more from Les.
5:37 left in the first period. It's the Steelheads 3 and the Grizzlies nothing. Grizzlies will have an offensive zone draw as Luke Manning will take it. He had 2 goals towards the end of last season for Utah after spending a college career at the University of St. Thomas. Nick Messner's on the left side. Briley Woods to the right. Up top is Shearer and Fairbrother. Idaho wins the draw. Reese Harsh skates along the far wing boards, and he'll flub it out to New. Tries. Puck goes over the stick of Shearer onto Fairbrother far side. Fairbrother will tap it off the far glass. Messner trying to run it down, but he was skating the other way. As Manning pokes away from Svetlikov, who bats it at the Utah line all the way in deep, far corner. Fairbrother over to Shearer, as Shearer gets a good shoulder check from Svetlikov. Manning one-hands it as he nudges it to center ice, chases after it. As Harsh will drive it back in along the far board. Shield lets it go to the near corner. As Utah skating from left to right here in the period, as Kanadi goes down. Fairbrother kicks ahead. Miller's shot is blocked by Manning's skate. Miller gets it back near corner, rolls along to the right point for Register. He gets it back towards Miller. Miller on the left side looks over his left shoulder. Now he gets to the corner for Kanadi. Normally a defenseman, he's acting as a forward. Cut over to Register, high slot. Lefty shot is blocked away by Messner's arm. Puck goes behind Utah's net as Fairbrother will drop it for Manning wearing number 16. Manning will backhand it as he skies it high into the air as it goes between the legs of Register at the Idaho line. Register runs it down at his far goal line. 4.5 minutes left in the first. 3-0 Steelheads. Register tried to get his pickpocketed by Upper. Now Armstrong takes it. Gets over to Fitz right side. And good poke check by Cutler to take the puck away from Fitz. As Upper over in the corner gets belted by Bice. Bice gets the puck, gets it to his right for Cron, who crosses center ice. And they'll tap it in slowly as Kabori Dunn runs it down. Rolls along the near boards to Fitz, who nudges ahead to Armstrong. Armstrong enters the zone with speed. He skates in 2-on-3, centers it out to Upper, and Demons in the right place, the right time to intercept it. As Crone drops it, taken by Zins along the near side. He gets to the Idaho line, flubbed the pass as Armstrong gets it. Armstrong tried to get around Crone. Crone boxed him out. Armstrong comes out for a change. Diagonal pass to center ice is tapped away by Dashke. Dashke was actually a college teammate with the Idaho goaltender Ben Cross for 2 years at Miami of Ohio. New tries, skied in by Crone, run down by Yoon. Yoon, the Colorado College captain 2 years ago. Masha Donato lets it go to Dashke, feeds a right wing pass to Shea. Shea crosses center ice, dangles the puck, gets into the zone. Gets around McEachern. Shea with good speed, skates to the far side, trying to get to Galan, who is being occupied by Demon. Idaho comes back the other way. White dumps it in, and running it down is McEachern to negate the icing. McEachern's got outstanding speed, played with Wichita last year. Penn State product. Over to the right side for Masha Donato. He gets boxed out by big Connor Punnett, who's wearing number 74. He just signed a one-year NHL entry-level deal. As Olver gets it across to Harsh. Idaho's been rolling tonight. 3 minutes left in the first. They lead 1-0. Harsh around the boards. Puck goes to the left point. Punnett kicks it ahead. It's taken by Manning. Manning spins around to the Utah line, gets to center ice. Now backhanded off of McCollum at the Idaho line. It goes back to Connor Punnett. Punnett, wearing number 74, just arrived in Idaho this week. Didn't play in the preseason. Played in the OHL and was a team leader. He was the captain of the Barrie Colts last year as Idaho dumps it in. And icing's going to be called as action will go back to the Idaho zone. Punnett listed at 6'2", 202 pounds. He looks bigger than that. Signed a one-year deal with the Dallas Stars back on March 7th of 2024. Manning will take the draw. He's got Messner to his left and Briley Wood to his right. Up top is Shearer and Fairbrother. It's 3-0 Steelheads. 2:39 left in the first. Utah's looking to get some momentum heading into the locker room. Idaho wins the draw. Punnett skies it high into the air. It's gloved by Shearer and immediately dropped. To still throw it off. A Steelhead onto Fairbrother, who blows the tire, regains his balance, gets over to Shearer, far corner of the Grizzlies zone. Shearer over to Messner, taps off his stick over the Utah line. Idaho will throw it back in. Shield behind his net gets to Fairbrother, who wings it around the boards. Near side's cut off by Hoffman deep in the Grizzlies zone. Hoffman centers it out in front and bounced off of McCollum's stick. Grizzlies come back the other way. 2-on-3. Messner crosses center ice, dumps it in as Messner got hit up high by Register. No call. The only power play of the game has been Idaho, and they scored on it 8.5 minutes into the first period. Idaho's got numbers 3-on-2. McCollum left wing pass to Ertl. Ertl steps over the line, dances to his left looking for a shot, and he swings and misses with Dunn nearby. Wood crosses center ice 1-on-2, and Briley Wood, the big 6'3" forward, dumps it in. Fitz comes on the ice with Armstrong and Tyson Upper. As the Steelheads out to center ice, Kanadi couldn't handle the hot pass. It bobbled off his stick. Kanadi gets it back to the Idaho line across the Zins. Minute and a half left in the first. Over to Jade Miller, who will skip it in. Puck wobbles on its side like a spinning top. Dunn over in the near corner. Gets there before Miller, trying to brush it towards Fitz. Goes to Demon, who wings it around the boards. Armstrong chases after it far side. He gets there before Svetlikov, and he'll shovel it out of the zone as the puck hit the opposite to the Idaho end. As Demon throws the center ice for Miller, skates back towards his line, throws to the far corner. Armstrong runs it down. He'll skate in as he gets hit by Zins over in the far corner of the Steelhead zone. Armstrong up top for Dashke across to Yoon. Right side, righty shot gets redirected by Gallant and goes wide. As Gallant throws to the far corner, he gets taken off the puck as Zins will sling it out to center ice. The puck got some air under it, about shoulder high. Svetlikov dumps it in from center ice. The Steelheads make a full line change. Grizzlies change up as well. 44 seconds left in the period. Yoon passes to center ice for Shea. Tapped off his stick. Harsh gets it at the Idaho line. Up ahead, Cron chasing after it. Bice tried to dump it in. Grizzlies throw it back to center. Punnett will drive it on to Shield, and it's going to be icing as Punnett did so from Steelheads territory. 30.8 seconds left in the first, and the Grizzlies will have an offensive zone draw. And Utah looking for some momentum as they got their top forward line on the ice, looking for some momentum heading into the locker room. I think for teams facing the Steelheads, it might be unfortunate to note that the Steelheads probably look a little bit like they did a couple of years ago when they broke the regular season record for wins. As Idaho wins the draw, Punnett will tap it off the glass. Yoon keeps it in, right point. Trying to get towards Shea, and Bice was in the area and got to the puck before Shea. As the Steelheads get it to the left side, as Punnett moves to his right for Crone. Crone over the line, but is offside, as Thomas Cron was a little bit too eager to enter the zone before Crone did with the puck. 15.2 seconds left in the first. Thankful for everybody tuned in. Looks like Nick Hayes is tuned in. Nadine Hellowell's also in. Cindy Suarez, Ruane is tuned into the game. Luke is all ready to go. Crystal's been tuned in from the start. And a lot of other, we thank everybody for listening as Idaho wins the neutral zone draw. Harsh gains center ice, and he'll sky it into the near corner as Yoon backhands it across to Dashke. Puck rolls to the right side. Harsh, right side, fires towards the net, gets redirected and goes wide. And that will do it for 20 minutes here at Idaho Central Arena. And it was all Steelheads. They got goals from Ty Pelton Bice. It was a power play goal. White and Connor McEachern also scored as the Steelheads outshot the Grizzlies 11-7 in the first period. And they have a 3-0 lead after 20 minutes of play. So Grizzlies going to have to play catch up here in the final 40 minutes of regulation if they want to get some standings points. As after one period, it's the Idaho Steelheads 3 and the Utah Grizzlies 0. We'll come back and recap the first period, and we'll also go over some of the rule changes in the league, about 5 or 6 subtle rule changes for the 2024-25 season. Once again, the score after 20 minutes of play is the Idaho Steelheads 3 and the Utah Grizzlies 0. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Why is Jerry Seiner the #1 Kia store in the Salt Lake region? Selection. We've got over 350 new Kias to choose from. Savings. Shop over 40 new Kia Sportage models and save up to $2,500 off when you buy. Jerry Seiner has been the area's most trusted automotive source for over 40 years. Little wonder then how we've made thousands of friends to last a lifetime. Jerry Seiner Kia, South Jordan.
Smith's always gives you more ways to save on top of our lower than low prices. And when you download the Smith's app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. With a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Discover more ways to save big every day. Smith's, fresh for everyone.
Schwab tires. I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab tires.
First intermission here at Idaho Central Arena, and the Steelheads kicked the field goal in the first period as they lead 3-0. Looked like a pretty evenly played first 8 minutes of work. Dylan Fitz got a tripping minor, 7:51 into the first period, and halfway through the power play, Idaho really had the puck in the offensive zone for just about an entire minute, and they really did a good job working the puck around from Kudla to Chrome, Bice, White was involved as well. And the Steelheads eventually scored as Ty Pelton-Bice connected on a one-timer from the right side, 8:58 in. Hank Crone and Patrick Kudla with the assist. Kudla ended up getting the main assist on the Pelton-Bice goal. Less than a minute later, in fact, 41 seconds later, it was A.J. White making it 2-0 as he was in the left point, just kind of skated horizontally over to the right side, got to the slot, and then moved all the way to the right side, trying to feed it out back in front on a centering pass. Looked like it bounced off of Derek Dashke's skate into the back of the net, making it 2-0. Connor McEachern was in the area trying to accept it, but White must have bounced off of Dashke, and it never got to McEachern as White gets his first goal of the season. He is the longtime Idaho Steelheads captain. In fact, I think it's his 6th season as Steelheads captain. It's his 7th year overall in Idaho, and it's his 6th season as the Steelheads captain. In fact, the 1 year that he wasn't captain of the Steelheads was the year the Steelheads didn't play. Back in the 2020-21 season, where 14 of the 28 teams in the league played. White actually played with the Grizzlies that year, and in 60 games in the 2020-21 season, he had 15 goals and 25 assists. And him and Trey Bradley were outstanding in the regular season's final month, which was actually in May of 2021. And A.J. White did play a key role in getting the Grizzlies to the playoffs that year. So White scored 9:39 into the first period with Connor McEachern getting the assist, and the Steelheads led 2-0. Thing was, once the Steelheads got the momentum, especially after that first goal, it was really tough to get the momentum back. As 3 minutes and 18 seconds after White made it 2-0, it was Connor McEachern, and he might be one of the fastest Steelheads. McEachern was flying around the ice, the Penn State product, who last year played with the Wichita Thunder, also spent some time in the AHL with the San Jose Barracuda. McEachern suffered an injury, I believe, somewhere along the line when he was playing with Wichita and missed most of last season. But McEachern scored 12:57 into the first period with Patrick Kudla and Matt Register getting the assist. So Kudla's got 2 assists. Register also with an assist. Mark Olver and A.J. White, as well as McEachern, are 3 forwards that are a +2 for Idaho. Kudla and Register are each a +2 for the Steelheads. Idaho did outshoot Utah 11-7 in the first period. Lyndon McCollum led Idaho with 3 shots. A.J. White had 2 shots, and then 6 other Steelheads with 1 shot in the first period. As for the Grizzlies, Aaron Aragon and Tyson Upper, each had 2 shots, and you wonder, Aragon, 4.5 minutes into the game, had a breakaway, as I think it was either Fairbrother or Masho Donato, slung a long-range pass. Aragon got it at the Idaho line, and he was behind everybody. Had a breakaway, just angled the puck back and forth. The move he made was actually pretty good. Went to his backhand, but Ben Cross, the Idaho goaltender, must have anticipated the move as he was right there. It was a really good move by Aragon, and that would be the type of move that he would score on a lot of goaltenders. But Ben Cross just ended up making the key save. Utah really did have the 2 best scoring chances in the first 5 minutes. Is a couple minutes before Aragon's breakaway, Neil Shea trying to feed it out in front to a cutting Masho Donato. And the pass from Shea to Masho Donato didn't miss by much. And could have given Utah 1-0 lead, but just one of those that the Grizzlies had their opportunities, especially in the first half of the first period, and just didn't capitalize on them. And you got to give Idaho credit because they did capitalize on their scoring chances in the first period. So we'll see what happens here in the middle frame as Idaho leads 3-0 after 1 period. Let's go over some other ECHL scores as we're hanging out here in Idaho Central Arena, having a good time. A couple games have gone final. Reading defeated Trois-Rivières 3-2. In overtime, Orlando gets a 5-4 victory over Greenville as Bird scored the overtime game winner for the Solar Bears as they go to 1-0 on the season. As some teams open up tonight and others open up tomorrow. Adirondack gets a 2-1 victory over Norfolk. Jeff Carr's crew goes to 0-1 this season. Wheeling gets a victory. They defeat Maine 4-1 as Wheeling goes to 1-0 this season. It's a 4-0 hockey game late third period as Savannah leads the Indy Fuel. Just starting out the third period, Iowa leads Fort Wayne 4-3. And in the Mountain Division, one other game, second intermission, Kansas City leads Wichita 3-2. Kansas City, the defending Western Conference champions, they lead Wichita 3-2 after 40 minutes of play. So that should be an interesting one over at Intrust Bank Arena. And we'll see if Kansas City can duplicate or even come close to duplicating what they did last season, where they pretty much challenged all of Idaho's regular season records. Idaho had set them in the 2022-23 season. The following year, Tad O'Had's crew was just outstanding, and they were every bit as good as the Steelheads were 2 years ago. And that should be an interesting battle to see if Kansas City can replicate what they did last season. Idaho, unfortunately, if you're a Grizzlies fan, this is probably as much Idaho as it is Utah. They look every bit like the team a couple years ago that ended up winning a ton of regular season games and breaking league records. So we'll see if Utah can find a way to climb back here in the second period, as Idaho has a 3-0 lead after 1. When we come back, we'll go over some NHL scores. We'll also talk about some of the rule changes that are going on in the league for the 2024-25 season. This is the intermission report on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Why is Jerry Seiner the #1 Kia store in the Salt Lake region? Selection. We've got over 350 new Kias to choose from. Savings. Shop over 40 new Kia Sportage models and save up to $2,500 off when you buy. Jerry Seiner has been the area's most trusted automotive source for over 40 years. Little wonder then how we've made thousands of friends to last a lifetime. Jerry Seiner Kia, Salt Lake.
At Black Bear Diner, you always get more. More choice. More amazing food. More value. From huge breakfasts to delicious lunches and hearty dinners. Black Bear Diner has more for you. So get more when you want it, the way you want it, and get it today.
Good old-fashioned family food, Black Bear Diner. Black Bear Diner.
Now fans are doing the chicken dance here. The first intermission at Idaho Central Arena, and it's all Steelheads as they lead the Grizzlies 3-0. There are only 3 NHL games. One of them has gone final as Carolina defeats Pittsburgh 4-1 as Carolina goes to 2-1 this season. First intermission, Ducks lead the Avalanche 2-0. And boy, it's been a real struggle for the Avalanche as they're 0-4 on this season, and defensively there's just been a lot of struggles as the Ducks were 2-1 this season. Ducks got an overtime victory over the Utah Hockey Club on Wednesday night. Looks like Anaheim could be a surprise team in the Western Conference as Anaheim leads Colorado 2-0 after one period. The Grizzlies NHL affiliate is the Colorado Avalanche. The Idaho Steelheads NHL affiliate is the Dallas Stars. Dallas is off tonight. Second intermission, Winnipeg leads San Jose 5-2. That game after 2 periods. We were talking Grizzlies history throughout the season as Utah is celebrating 30 seasons of professional hockey in the Salt Lake Valley. And one of the trivia questions we had during Media Day, which you can still see that on YouTube, the Media Day coverage we had a couple days ago, we had a fun trivia question. There are 3 current NHL head coaches who are former Grizzlies players. One of them is Scott Arnold, who was second in the 1996 Turner Cup playoff run with 17 points. Andy Brickley, the current Boston Bruins longtime TV analyst, had 19 playoff points that year. Who are the other 2? Current NHL head coaches who are former Grizzlies players. We'll tell you in a couple minutes. Also during the second period, we will have Grizzlies trivia and a new trivia question, which should be an interesting one. We mentioned one of the answers during the pregame show if you're paying attention. Well, there are some new rules in the ECHL. One of them you notice quickly, and that is that the league went from game day having 17 skaters and 2 goaltenders, and they moved it up to 18 skaters and 2 goaltenders. So you can go with a full 4 forward lines, and the Grizzlies did that quite a bit, shuffling in all forward lines in the first period. And I think it's going to be an interesting change. It keeps things fresh, especially if you got 3 games in 3 days or 4 games in 5 days, you just sometimes see in the league. It just helps having that extra skater on the ice. The Grizzlies really kept forward with their forward lines. Didn't really shuffle it that much. We'll see if here in the next 2 periods, if Ryan Kanasowicz shuffles the forward lines a little bit to try to get back in the game. Last season, there was 2 referees for about 25% of league games. And this season, it looks like there are going to be 2 referees for 50% of league games. And who knows, maybe in a couple of years, it could be 100% of the league games will have 2 referees and 2 linesmen. This season, they added a 3-day injured reserve list as well as a 14-day IR. There are 2 reserve spots this season. I think that one's pretty similar. Another rule change, there are no line changes after the net gets displaced for the offending team. So if you knock over the net, you can't make a line change before the next face-off. Face-offs, you get 1 warning, a penalty after the second face-off violation. It's pretty similar to what we saw in years past, but they might enforce it a little bit here to start the season. And, you've seen kind of a trend where guys want to make those quick line changes. You see players sitting on the boards from time to time. Well, in the ECHL, players can't sit on the boards. You get 1 warning, and then the second time, it is a minor penalty to players and the team that, for sitting on the boards during the course of play. So that's some of the rule changes, very subtle ones, just adding 1 skater, and we'll add a referee to 25% more of the games this season. And if, you want to make those quick line changes, players got to stay in the bench area and not sit on the boards before entering the game. When we come back, we'll have second period action here at Idaho Central Arena, and we'll see if the Grizzlies can climb back into it as Idaho got first period goals from Ty Pelton-Bice, A.J. White, and Connor McEachern as the Steelheads lead 3-0 after 20 minutes of play. We'll come back and have the second period on the other side. You've been tuned into the Utah Grizzlies Intermission Report on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
At Black Bear Diner, you always get more. More choice, more amazing food, more value, from huge breakfasts to delicious lunches and hearty dinners. Black Bear Diner has more for you. So get more when you want it, the way you want it. and get it today.
Good old-fashioned family food, Black Bear Diner. Black Bear Diner.
Right now at Les Schwab, it's the deal you've been waiting for. The Score More sales event. Save up to $160 instantly on a wide selection of 4 tires and 4 wheels. Plus, every tire is covered by America's best tire warranty. 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. Because nobody stands by their tires like we do. It's a better deal on better tires with the best service in the business. Get more from Les.
Welcome back to Utah Grizzlies hockey. Second period action will begin shortly. Let's get to Grizzlies trivia as the action has gone by pretty quickly during the first period. And we'll see if we can get Grizzlies trivia here in the second period. I think everybody's excited to see Derek Dashke making his Grizzlies debut tonight. And Dashke is a very talented 6'2 defenseman. Dashke was tied for second in the league with Kalamazoo for goals among defensemen. 16 goals were tied for second in the league, and Dashke is going to be a great goal scorer for the Grizzlies this season. The question, over the last 7 years, there have been 3 Grizzlies players who have led all league defensemen in goals. That's 3 times over the last 7 years, beginning with the 2017-2018 season. The question is, who are those 3 players? We mentioned one of them during the pregame report. The other one you can't forget because he had a legendary postseason run. And we mentioned the school of the third guy. He was not a teammate of Derek Dashke at Miami of Ohio. That's the hint, is the other player that did it back in the 2017-2018 season. He played his college hockey at Miami of Ohio. So that's a trivia question. We'll give you the answer sometime in the second period, as we'll give you some time to think about it. 3 defensemen who have led all league defensemen in goals over the last 7 years. Who are they? We'll give you the answer halfway through the second period. Grizzlies will start the second period with the same 5 that started the game, as Neil Shea will be on the left wing. Cole Gallant's the starting center, and Keaton Mastrodonato is on the right side, and up top is Derek Dashke and Brian Yoon. For Idaho, it's going to be the same 5 that started for them, and it might be the top, let's say, 5-man unit of anyone in the league. As Hank Chrome will be on the left wing. Chrome was outstanding with Allen the last 2 years. Ty Pelton-Bice, the Grizzlies killer, is the starting center. Thomas Caron is on the right wing. Caron, a very strong two-way player. Steelhead fans are really going to enjoy seeing him. He plays a physical game, and he's a smart player as well. And the defensive pairing, Matt Register is headed to the Hall of Fame. He was second-team All-League last year, and Patrick Cudlett last season was the league's Defenseman of the Year. So it's a very tough 5-man unit on the ice for Idaho to start the second period. Adam Schills in net for Utah. He stopped 8 of 11 in the first, and in net for Idaho is Ben Crosden, his Steelheads debut. Utah wins the draw. They're skating from right to left as we see it from high top section 202. Idaho took it away from Yoon and dumps it in. Dashke to Yoon, who directs it right to the stick of Cudlett. Cudlett looked to center it. Yoon cuts in front of Bice. Yoon gets it brushed away by Cudlett as Idaho throws it back to their zone for Register, who outlets it to Crone. Crone down the middle, gets to the right side, and so backhanded as he gets in. As Caron tried to drop it for Cudlett, and pass goes to Shea, who cuts him off. Shea across to Mastrodonato, steps over the line left wing. He looks to center to Gallant, who one-hands it to Mastrodonato. Cudlett took it away. 2-on-1 for the Steelheads. Crone into the zone right side. Very patient with his approach. Takes a righty-lefty shot. Saved by Shield. As 2-on-1. Crone was looking for Caron to cut towards the net, but Crone called his own number. As Crone was very patient with his approach, Shield was able to make a nice glove save on a lefty shot from the right wing. So we get our first whistle in the second period, 43 seconds in, as it almost looked like the defenseman, I think it was Dashke, he just did what he did. He took away the pass and really forced Crone to take that shot from the right side. Both teams will change up skaters. Draw's going to be in the right circle of the Grizzlies zone near side. Mark Olver will take it for Idaho, and Mick Messner for the Grizzlies. Draw won by Utah as Gianni Fairbrother pitches ahead towards Messner, brushes from one blue line to the other. At the Idaho line, Messner gets spun around by Punnett. As Messner was hanging out of neutralized, Punnett threw him into the zone as Briley Wood was in the Steelhead zone trying to skate out. It's offside are the Grizzlies with 19:10 left in the second period. As Manning's out there with Messner on the left and Wood to the right. Bradley Wood's somebody to watch out for. He's going to be like a lot of rookies where I got a feeling he's going to get better and better with each game. Wood's got good size at 6'3", and he's got a pretty good shot. So watch out for Bradley Wood. He really had a breakout year in the WHL last season. Grizzlies won the draw Shear across to Fairbrother, right side. Fairbrother enters the zone, and he'll backhand it off the backboards as Manning left point, trying to get to Shear. White took it away. 2-on-1. Over into the zone, right side. He skates towards the circle, take a lefty shot. Oh, and it hits the crossbar and doesn't go in. Now left side shot and a score by Punnett. Over blasted the crossbar. Puck went to the left side. Punnett was all alone. And so that will make it a 4-0 hockey game as Connor Punnett just blasted one. Like an Emmanuel Clase fastball past Shield. Boy, Over just fired it off the crossbar. The rebound went right to Punnett, who came in with all sorts of momentum on the left side. Shield responded, got to the post, and Punnett just fired it glove side past Shield. 18:51 left in the second period, and it's 4-0 Steelheads. Grizzlies win the draw. Armstrong left side shot is kicked away as Ben Croslett's the first shot he has seen in quite a while. As Grizzlies were stuck on 7 shots for a while. As puck at center ice, Hoffman couldn't reach it. Now Hoffman gets it back off a skate. Idaho attacks. McCollum right side shot is blocked by Jensen as Jensen looked to blast McCollum, who avoided the check. Puck goes to the Idaho line. As Zins, diagonal pass to the right connects to McCollum, who bounced it off of the skate of Tyson Upper. As Upper backhands it across to Jensen. Jensen gets back checked, and poking it away is Justin Ertl. As Tyson Upper will backhand it to center ice, the puck skips deep in the Steelhead zone. Fitz tries to run it down, but Zins gets there first, and icing is on the Grizzlies with 18:05 left in the second. Looks like people get jumbo jacks here at Idaho Central Arena. Must be one of those, you score 4 goals, you get a free jumbo jack kind of promotions. So we'll see if the Grizzlies can find a way to climb back into this one, as Idaho looks like they're on firing on all cylinders. Steelheads win the draw. Register right side. Lefty shot is blocked by Armstrong. Kudla, far corner, tries to center to Kanati. Shot! And it goes just wide as Kanati couldn't quite connect. Kudla throws to the near corner as Svetlikov gets it poked away by Upper. But it's going to be icing as the puck goes all the way deep into the Steelhead zone. Upper tried to run it down, but Register back defensively. Icing on the Grizzlies with 17:45 left in the second. Let's give you the answer to that trivia question. 3 Grizzlies defensemen over a 7-year stretch, over the last 7 years, have led all league defensemen in goals. Who are they? Well, last year, Josh Wesley had 18 goals for the Grizzlies. He is currently playing overseas in Europe. Draw to the right side. We'll give you the other 2 here shortly. As Cade Jensen gets it after Utah wins the draw. Throw it past Register. Armstrong gets around Register to negate the icing. Armstrong near side gets a good shoulder check from Kudla. Kudla continues to push Armstrong in the back as Wells feeds up top to Dashke across to Yoon. Right point, righty shot. And a save by Ben Cross as he just growls it about chest high. And now Nick Pastorius getting after it with Nick Canati as the linesman tries to separate the two. Pastorius really strong as Canati. Canati isn't very big, but pound for pound, one of the tougher guys in the league. And it looks like the referee is going to call a penalty on both Nick Pastorius and Nick Canati for getting a little bit too excited after the whistle. As Wells was in front of the net, Register pushed him away as they show a replay. And then Pastorius and Canati tangled it up. However, the only penalty looks to be on Pastorius. So only Pastorius got a penalty. Canati didn't get anything. And the Steelheads get a power play with 17:26 left in the second. To continue on with the trivia question, Charles Edward Dastu had 26 regular season goals, leading the league in the 2021-22 season. He also broke a league record for single-season playoff goals with 19, and he did all that in 18 games. And Taylor Richards, pound for pound the toughest guy in the league, played at Miami of Ohio, had 17 goals in the 2017-2018 season. Grizzlies won the draw, wrap it around. Messer had 3 short-handed goals. He's in the offensive zone, over to Gallant. Skates down the middle. Gallant skates towards the right corner as Gallant was cut off by Thomas Cron. Now Messer gets it back, centers to Gallant. Shot, kick, save by Cross. Boy, Mick Messner's been everywhere, especially short-handed. Messner will come off the ice. He's replaced by Masho Donato. Idaho sets things up. Patrick Kudla with long strides gets to neutralize. He'll throw it back to Thomas Cron at the Idaho line. Left wing pass connects to Crone, who steps over the line with speed. Crone tried to split a double team. Fairbrother knocked him down. Grizzlies get the puck, and Masho Donato clears it out. So Richard had 17 goals for the Grizzlies in the 2017-2018 season, which tied for a league lead with Matt Register. Register is a member of the Colorado Eagles at the time. Tie goes to the Grizzlies, in Grizzlies trivia. As Cutler gets to the Utah line, loses the puck. Mastrodonato ahead. Manning chases after as the puck glides along the near boards. Ben Cross wearing number 33, a big 6'4 goaltender, plays behind his net. Cross played with 3 different colleges. He'll drop it for Crone as the Steelheads start the attack from left to right. Crone crosses center ice, gets it towards Hoffman, who gets the hot pass, tape to tape. He'll throw it to the left point for Bice. Bice gets poked away by Manning. Mastrodonato races into the Idaho line. He steps over it. Right point, he fires it to the left corner. Chasing after it's Dashke, but Ertl gets there as Manning gets pushed by Hoffman and taken off the puck. Register, who had 17 goals with the Colorado Eagles in the 2017-2018 season. Colorado won the Kelly Cup over to Ertl. Back to Register left side. He skates towards his right. Right wing pass to A.J. White. White now all alone to Crone the left side. Back to White. As a tap off his skate as White wasn't anticipating it. 20 seconds left in the Steelheads power play. It's 4-0 Idaho. White near side feeds up top to Register. Register long stick back to White. Over to Crone right side. Crone dangles. Now he stops, pivots. Crone's still on the right side. Gets it towards Ertl. Justin Ertl wearing number 8. Gets up top to Crone, left side. Back to Ertl on the right side. Take a lefty shot. And it's blocked by Dashke. Out of the box is Pastoria. Successful penalty kill by the Grizzlies. Their first of the season. Dashke at the Utah line. Hand pass was called as the puck ended up about waist high. And Pastorius nudged it over to Dashke. 15-18 left in the second. Idaho leads 4-0. So once again, the trivia question was Josh Wesley, Charles Edward Dastu, and Taylor Richard, the 3 defensemen who led all league defensemen in goals. And Derek Dashke, one of those guys, once he gets in a groove, I imagine he's going to score them in bunches for the Grizzlies this season. Draw on the far side of the Grizzlies zone, 5 minutes into the second period, and Idaho wins it after about a 5-second battle. Miller trying to get it around the corner. It's nudged by Shield. Keeps the play alive as he gets to Fairbrother. He'll throw it to his right for Wood, who dumps in at the Idaho line. Fairbrother chasing after with good speed. Fairbrother knocks down Punnett. Fits near goal line. Shot saved by Cross. As Jade Miller gets a good shoulder check from Briley Wood as the puck goes to the far corner. Wood chases after it as he pushes Svetlikov, who got there. Now Wood gets nudged by Punnett. As hacking away is Tyson Upper. Punnett comes out with the puck. He'll throw it around Idaho's net, and Tyson Upper chases after it. Upper looks like a pretty hard worker. His pro debut tonight. Played at the University of Calgary the last 3 years. Upper drops it for Wood behind Idaho's net. Wood gets pushed by Punnett in the back a couple times. Wood gets up top to the left side off the boards to Jensen. Lefty shot. Saved by Cross, and after the whistle, a little bit of pushing is Reese Harsh getting after it with Tyson Upper and Briley Wood and Connor Punnett. As Punnett drags Wood in the back of the jersey. As Harsh has Wood in a headlock. And for the Grizzlies to try to get back into this one, they really, and we've seen a couple of them out in front of the net where the Grizzlies really are going to try to win that real estate out in front. They got to find a way to pay the price to get out in front of the net. And the Grizzlies really have done a good job in the second period, getting some traffic out in front of Ben Cross. Steelheads lead 4-0. As they got goals from Ty Pelton Bice, A.J. White, and Connor McEachern in the first period. And Connor Punnett fired a blast. I believe that's his first pro goal for Punnett, who's making his pro debut tonight. Connor Punnett played in the OHL the last 5 seasons, and it is Connor Punnett's first pro goal as he scored early in the second period after Mark Over ricocheted the puck off the crossbar. Puck went right to Punnett like a perfect rebound, and Punnett just blasted it glove side past Shield. We're skating 5-on-5. Draw is going to be in the near side of the Steelhead zone as Cole Gallant will take it over towards Neil Shea. Shot is blocked away by Trevor Zins. Right side, Yoon will fire it around the net as it bounced off the Steelhead. Dashke over towards Mastrodonato, who lets it go to the far side. Yoon hustles after along with Shea, but it's Idaho that comes out with it. Across to Zins, who extends his stick to nudge it to center ice. Mastrodonato overskates it. McEachern crosses the Utah line. McCollum skates towards the right corner. Idaho in the attack zone. Zins' right point shot is kicked away by Shield. Utah directs to the left side. Mastrodonato races after it. He gets it in the near circle. Take a righty shot. Saved by Cross. Rebound goes towards the far side as Idaho tattoos it off the boards. 3-on-2. Idaho gets it towards McEachern. It's nudged away by Dashke. Keeping it in is Demon, who centers it out in front. And Dashke back checks over to take the puck away. Good defensive work by Dashke. Over, throws it towards the middle from the far corner. It's nudged away by Gallant. Now left point. Idaho tried to center it. It bounced off of Neil Shea. Idaho rolls it along the wall. Mastrodonado far side as Idaho makes a line change. Mastrodonado backhands it to Galan, who gets to center ice, and he'll dump it in. Cross plays it behind his net, and he'll throw it to the far side for Patrick Cudla, who directs it to center ice as Cron collided with Fairbrother. No icing as Shield plays it behind his net. We're about 7 minutes into the second period. It's 4-0 Steelheads. Across to Messner left side. He gets around Crone. Messner centers it to Manning. One-timer goes wide. As Idaho, 2-on-3. As Cudla ahead to Bice. Steelheads under the zone with ease. As Bice moves to his left, takes a shot. Saved by Shield. Rebound goes to Register. Register danced around the left circle. Shot is bounced off the Shield shoulder, and he's able to corral it with 12:48 left in the second. It's 4-0 Steelheads, 12:48 left in the second period. The Steelheads have outshot the Grizzlies 17-13. This is the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
This isn't just copper. It's our job. It's food on our family's tables. Without it, we couldn't stay in touch. It's what keeps our homes warm and our lights on. It's the power behind the team and a greener, brighter future. This isn't just copper. It's a proud Utah and a strong America.
Why is Jerry Seiner the #1 Kia store in the Salt Lake region? Selection. We've got over 350 new Kias to choose from. Savings. Shop over 30 new Kia Seltos models and save up to $2,000 off when you buy. Jerry Seiner has been the area's most trusted automotive source for over 40 years. Little wonder then how we've made thousands of friends to last a lifetime. Jerry Seiner Kia, Salt Lake.
12:48 left in the second period. It's the Steelheads 4 and the Grizzlies nothing. Grizzlies will have Mick Messner out there with Luke Manning and Briley Wood, and the defensive pairing of Derek Dashke and Brian Yu. Don't forget, we are 2 weeks away from the home opener at Maverick Center, as opening weekend will be presented by Smith's. It's a 4-game homestand. The first weekend at home for the Grizzlies will be on November 1st and 2nd, as the Grizzlies take on the Allen Americans. And then the following week, the Tahoe Night Monsters will be in town for the first time ever. Friday, November 9th is going to be Pucks and Pup. Actually, that's a Saturday, November 9th. Pucks and Pup, which is the new version of Pooch on the Pond. Pucks and Pups is going to be on Saturday, November 9th, as the Grizzlies take on the Tahoe Night Monsters for the first time ever. Luke Manning will take the draw against Ty Pelton-Bice. Draw's going to be in the Grizzlies zone left circle. Grizzlies win the draw. They're skating from right to left as we see it from high top section 202. As Crone nudges ahead as Yoon was chasing after it. Far corner, Dashke will backhand it to Briley Wood, who corrals it. Wood, the center ice, left wing pass towards Manning, who skates down the middle, gets it back to Wood. Grizzlies enter. Right point, righty shot. Saved by Cross. It bounced off his glove. Puck still alive. Idaho clears it back to center. But Briley Wood's going to score quite a few goals with that quick wrist shot that he displayed there from the right side. Luke Manning at the Utah line has a bounce off of him. Register gets to the line, blows a tire, falls down. Grizzlies come back 2-on-2. Armstrong over the line right side as he surveys. Now gets to Dashke right side. Lefty shot. And is blocked away by Cross's glove. Idaho comes back ahead. Hank Crone cherry picking at center ice. Gets around Brian Yoon. Takes a spin move as he dazzles the crowd. Throws it to the right corner. Brendan Hoffman rolls it along the side. White Crone's an outstanding player, great skater, only on an ECHL deal. White feeds it out in front. Shot saved by Shield. As White behind the net threw a backhand shot out to Brendan Hoffman. Hoffman with a quick shot, but Shield with quick reflexes was able to make the save and glove it and hold on with 11:50 left in the second. Boy, what a pass by White, who just got it between the legs of Dashke and Hoffman. Well, not much Hoffman could have done about that one. He had the perfect opportunity, and Shield just made a great save. Drowns giving in the far circle of the Grizzlies zone. Gallant crouches down. Second full year as a pro for Gallant, who played at Western Michigan University. Grizzlies won the draw. Kabori Dunn. Now gets to Neil Shea. Back to center ice for Gallant. Gallant fumbles the puck at neutral ice, so bouncing off a punt. Grizzlies enter. Shield couldn't get it as he extended his stick. Hoffman left wing pass to Ertl. Ertl steps over the line, tries to get around Dunn as the puck goes to the end boards. Dunn did a good job of boxing out Ertl As Dunn to the right side, gets around to check, nudges it to Shea, who gets to Glunt. Grizzlies have numbers. Shea skates in 3-on-2. Shea centering pass out to Mastrodonato, just couldn't quite handle it. Second time Shea tried to center it to Mastrodonato tonight, and no luck as Idaho comes back 3-on-2 the other way. Punted over the line, right side, looks to center it. Jensen gets a stick in the way as the puck flies out of play. As it goes out of play over in the far corner of the Grizzlies zone. 11:09 left in the second period. It's still 4-0 Steelheads, but the Grizzlies are really doing what they can to try to battle back. And I imagine if you're Ryan Kanaswich and Christian Horn, the Grizzlies coaches, you're just talking about just chipping away one shift at a time. Dashke and Una played a ton of minutes. They're out there on the ice again. As Tyson Upper will take the draw. He's out there with Blake Wells and Pastorius. Off the draw, Idaho wins it. Slava Demon swings and misses from the right point. Idaho at center ice. Nick Canati will whip it around the boards. Shield cuts it off behind his net, and he'll throw it to the near side as Zins gets there about the same time as Wells at the right point. And now battle with Nick Canati and Tyson Upper as Dashke lifts it high into the air, goes into the Steelhead zone deep. Blake Wells chasing after it, no icing. As Wells throws it behind Idaho's net, Pastorius chases after it. Pastorius with a good hit on Demon. As Idaho moves it ahead as it goes out to neutralize. Dashke gets it. He'll direct it back to Yoon, who gets in from the right side. As Yoon will drop it for Pastorius, right point. Pastorius trying to get Cutting Manning out in front. It bounced off the near corner. As Messner takes a spill, he's out there with Canati. As Messner tried to one-hand it to Dashke. It bounced off the Miller. As Canati throws it to the middle for Zins. Zins right wing pass to Miller at center ice. Miller over the line. Jade's his first name. Skates to the right side. Dashke boxes him out. Miller, third year with the Steelheads, now to the left side. He'll drop it for Kudla at the left point. Kudla will throw it towards the net. It's tapped away by Fairbrother. Grizzlies will carry it out to center ice. Luke Manning pivots, stops at the Utah line, moves it ahead to Fairbrother. Fairbrother over the line, skates towards his left. Outstanding skater over to Wood, who tried to get it back up top for sure, and White clears it back to center ice. Far side, Manning is double teamed. He'll push to Wood, who enters. Wood has a tap off his stick. Wood tries to nudge it to the middle, bounced off of Register, who collides it off of Armstrong's skate. Now the puck to the near corner, deep in the Steelhead zone. Idaho in control. Over, sauces it out to center ice. Sure has a tap off his stick. Now goes to Fairbrother, far side. It moves to center ice for Armstrong down the middle. Armstrong gets around over, steps over the line, tries to split a double team. He draws a penalty as Register trips him up. Kudla will touch up the puck, and the Grizzlies get their first power play because of a great effort by Craig Armstrong splitting a double team. Utah gets their first power play of the night. 9:25 left in the second period. We'll come back in 1 minute. It's the Steelheads 4, the Grizzlies nothing. It's the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Maverick's new bean-to-cup machines always deliver a freshly ground cup of coffee on demand, so you can enjoy any of our premium roasts at their best, day or night, hot or iced. Enjoy a fresh cup today.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it, or we'll replace it, no questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection, but at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more from Les.
The Grizzlies get their first power play of the season as Craig Armstrong, with his effort and determination, drew a penalty as Matt Register gets 2 minutes for tripping. On the ice, Dylan Fitz is in the left wing. Masher Donato to the right. Cole Gallant will take the drives down the middle. Up top is Brian Yoon and Nil Shea. 4 forwards, 1 defenseman on this unit. A.J. White will take the draw for Idaho. He's out there with Mark Olver and a couple defensemen. Utah wins the faceoff. Yoon over to Shea, left side. Fires towards the net. Get redirected by Gallant, and Kraz makes a save. Puck still alive as Demon will slice it all the way as he got about 5 feet of air under it as he threw it all the way deep into the Grizzlies zone. As Shield drops it for Brian Yoon, who skates down the middle. Now shuffles to his left. Yoon gets a new tries and drops it back to Masher Donato, but it goes deep in the Grizzlies zone. Masher Donato runs it down the far corner. Around Utah's net, Masher Donato gets it to Shea. Shea skates towards his right. Now he's on the far side. Grizzlies skate from right to left. Shea drops it for Masher Donato. He crosses center ice. Steps over the line, tries to split a quadruple team. Masher Donato nudges it to the near corner and chases after it. As Zins gets it behind the net for Demon, who clears it all the way 200 feet to the Utah end. A minute 13 and counting left in the Utah power play, their first of the season. Nil Shea skates around, shield to the far side. Shea's got good speed. He crosses center ice. Second full season as a pro. Enters the zone as he gets to Fitz right side across to Gallant. Gallant dances around. Dashke replaces Yoon. Dashke gets it in the left point across to Masho Donato. And Masho Donato over to Dashke. Dangles. High slot. Lefty shot. Saved by Cross. Rebound is tapped away. Idaho gets it and clears it out. Boy, Gallant was trying to shovel it back towards Cross, and Idaho was able to clear it out. Grizzlies change things up. Wood at center ice dumps it in. Aragon chases after. He collides with Harsh. Manning takes the puck near goal line. He stops, surveys, and taps the Dashke off the near boards to the left point. Over to Wood, right side, back to Dashke, ice slot. Now to Manning, left side, gets it back to Dashke. Over to Wood, right side. Wood feeds it to the far goal line for Aragon, who directs it back up top for Dashke. Dashke with a lefty shot that goes wide as he missed glove side on Cross. As Wood, right side, feeds it back up top to Dashke, who had 16 goals last year. Over to Manning. Manning surveys. He gets it back up top to Dashke. Late in the power play, 5 seconds left. Wood back to Dashke. Dashke over to Wood, far side. Wood skates towards the corner. Shot saved by Cross as he holds on. It's kind of a half shot on a tough angle. Reese Harsh really getting after Aaron Aragon as Aragon had the audacity to try to get a loose puck that wasn't there. As Wood, it was kind of a half centering pass to Aragon out in front of the net. Kind of a half tough angled shot. Aragon couldn't quite get a piece of it, but Reese Harsh was very upset that Aragon got close to the goaltender. It looks like that's going to be a penalty. Harsh can't believe that he's the only one going to the box, but it's going to be another Utah power play as Reese Harsh was a little bit too aggressive at confronting Aaron Aragon after the whistle. Harsh threw his glove and just kind of pushed it towards Aragon, and Aragon really didn't do anything except for try to get a centering pass out in front. So it's going to be another Utah power play as Reese Harsh gets 2 minutes, I imagine, for roughing as Grizzlies power play unit goes back to work. Gallant will take the drives out there with Fitz and Masho Donato. Up top is Yoon and Shea. Bice will take the drop for Idaho. Far circle, it's won by the Steelheads as Thomas Caron will throw it in slowly and chase after it. Yoon gathers it before Caron and gets to Shea. Shea around Utah's net to the near side with good speed. Shea flies to neutralize. He crosses center left wing. Veers off to the right now. Steps back towards the left circle. Siren pass out in front to Gallant goes wide as Gallant got a piece of it, but not all of it. As Idaho comes back the other way. They carry it across center ice. They've got numbers. 4-on-2 if they want it. Caron over to the middle. Now to the Bice right side. Shot and a score. Caron to Bice to the back of the net. And the Steelheads score shorthanded. And it's now 5-0. Boy, there wasn't a whole lot of back check there. You don't see that shorthanded often where Idaho crossed center ice and they had a 4-on-2. Bice and Caron just kind of played a game of give and go. Bice to Caron, then Caron skated towards his left to the slot back to Bice on the right side, and Bice didn't get high, didn't get it low, just got it through Shield. So Grizzlies are still on the power play, but it's a 5-0 Idaho lead here in the regular season opener. Idaho wins the draw. Punnett gets it towards Register. Slice it off of Manning. Idaho comes back. Mark over left side. Shot saved by Shield. As Idaho's had one scoring chance after another. Over thought he had one shorthanded as he's had some close chances. 1:15 and counting left in the Utah power play. Dashke tattoos it off the far boards. Wood to his left for Manning. It goes past him and out of play into the camera well at center ice near side. As play stops with 6:32 left in the second. Bice gets his second of the night and second of the year. And I got a feeling Steelheads fans are really going to love Thomas Caron, and he's playing with two outstanding forwards in Bice and Crone. As the fans once again serenade one of their own, Adam Schill. He was a Steelhead for a full season and also parts of another. As Utah wins the draw, they skate from right to left on the power play for about a minute. Manning crosses center ice. Nil directed to his left. It taps off the Steelhead. As Manning right side skates in. Shot saved by Cross. And after the whistle, boy, Mick Messner got lit up by Register. And Messner gets back up. Register looks at Messner. As really, if you're looking for kind of bright spots here for the Grizzlies, as Messner went flying after he was near the net and Register pushed him. As they show the replay on the video board, kind of the guys that stood out in training camp have stood out here tonight. Messner, Manning, Aaron Aragon, he's really battled. Craig Armstrong drew that penalty a few minutes ago that led to Utah's first power play. He's played hard tonight. Grizzlies changed things up. As Gallant takes the face-off, he wins it. Grizzlies only changed up one skater as Blake Wells in there replacing Fitz. As Yoon gets it to the left side, he faked a one-timer. Now gets it over to Shea. He's in the right point. Dance around. Now gets to Mastrodonado. Back to Shea. He's in the high slot. Over to Mastrodonado on the right side. Back to Shea. He's now in the left circle. Shea with the lefty shot that's blocked by Punnett. As right side, Mastrodonado across to Shea. Up top to Yoon. Yoon dangles. Gets it back to Shea. Left side shot. Goes wide. Might have gotten redirected by Punnett. Puck glides along the near board. Shea extends and gets his stick to the left side. He'll move it across to Yoon. Across looking for Gallant. It tapped off a stick. As Mastrodonado to Shea, back to Yoon, right side. As Yoon dances around, gets to Shea in the left side. Late in the power play, 10 seconds left. Mastrodonado near goal line over to Shea. One-timer, he scores! Neil Shea gets his first in a Utah uniform as he just fired it over the glove of Ben Cross. As Grizzlies cut into the lead, it's now 5-1. Shea really connected on one. He had 18 goals with Newfoundland last year. As Mastrodonado got to Shea, one-timer just outside the left circle. And it had plenty of steam on it as it got past Ben Cross. So Shea gets the goal. Mastrodonado is going to get one of the assists. As with 5:29 left in the second period, it is a power play goal for the Grizzlies. That's now 5-1. Utah wins the draw. Shearer dumps it in. As playing it behind his net is Ben Cross, who just allowed his first goal as a Steelhead. Utah in the attack zone right point as Fairbrother will shovel it ahead towards Pastorius. Idaho clears it back to center. As Shearer near the bench area, center ice, diagonal pass to Armstrong, connects to the Idaho line. As Armstrong got back checked by Ertl. Puck goes back to neutral ice as Ertl out at center gets around upper. As Ertl backhands it in. Shield plays it behind his net. And he'll swing it along the near side. McCollum gathers it for Idaho wearing number 19. Over towards Hoffman, who feeds it up top to Zinn's right point. Zins fires towards the net. It goes wide as it bounced off the upper over in the right circle. Hoffman over to Ertl. He's at the far goal line. He'll feather it up top to Zinn. Zinn's high slot. Righty shot is redirected and goes just wide off the end boards. Ertl fakes it to Zins. He's now on the high slot. Skates towards his left. He'll take a shot that's blocked away. Armstrong boxes out Zins. And Zins goes into the net. Literally into the net. Great play by Armstrong. Now left side. Shot by Hoffman is blocked by Upper. Ertl to the left side, gets up top to Demon. 4 minutes and 18 seconds left in the second period. As Idaho in the attack zone. Zins rolls it along the boards around the net, chasing after its Upper. And he'll have it tapped to the corner as Hoffman battles with Fairbrother. As Fairbrother gets pushed to the boards by Hoffman. Joining the play is Hank Crone. He battles with Upper. Upper trying to nudge it away. Puck kind of stays in the corner. Upper gets it, and he'll toss it off the glass. Register gloves to keep it in. Pass across to Kudla. Exits the zone. Idaho has to reset at neutral ice. Kudla across to Crone. Crone crosses center ice. Does a bit of a half circle. Moves to his left for Crone. Crone back towards Crone. Puck went all the way towards Shield. As puck's still alive along the far side. Now it's nudged from Upper towards Shield, who covers up. 3:38 left in the second period. Pastorius and Armstrong a little bit of pushing and shoving after the whistle, just trying to protect their goaltender, Adam Shield. 3:38 left in the second. Neil Shea gets a power play goal as the Grizzlies get on the board. It's Idaho 5 and Utah 1. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to americafirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
Why is Jerry Seiner the #1 Kia store in the Salt Lake region? Selection. We've got over 350 new Kias to choose from. Savings. Shop over 40 new Kia Sportage models and save up to $2,500 off when you buy. Jerry Seiner has been the area's most trusted automotive source for over 40 years. Little wonder then how we've made thousands of friends to last a lifetime. Jerry Seiner Kia, South Jordan.
Regular season opener. 3 minutes, 38 seconds left in the second period. The Steelheads lead the Grizzlies 5-1. Jaws give me the Grizzlies zone. Utah wins it. They skate from right to left here in the second period as Messner will backhanded to head center ice. Manning runs it down. Manning gets double teamed as he stepped over the line. Cutler on the back check poked it away. As joining the play is Briley Wood. As Manning continues to battle with Cutler over in the corner. Wood gets the puck, feeds up top to Jensen. Left side shot is blocked off of Messner out in front of the net. As Cutler will tap the puck as it flips high into the air. Gloved by Wood and dropped. Tried to get it to Manning. Cutler took it away. Cron left wing pass connects. Thomas Cron skates down to the left wing. He'll take a shot. He scores. And it is now a 6-1 game. Boy, just a left wing pass to Cron at the Utah line. Then once Cron got it, he was all alone, just kind of raced along the left wing and had a shot with all sorts of momentum and was able to get it past Adam Scheel. And it has been a tough opener for the Grizzlies here in the first 37 minutes of play. As Thomas Cron's had an outstanding night. He's got an assist or two. Now he adds a goal. And Scheel's still in there. The camera pointed to Jake Barczewski, the backup goaltender for a bit. Barczewski was shown on the video board, but it's still Scheel in there, and I don't think it's all Scheel's fault at all. Just too many grade A chances by the Steelheads in the first two periods. As McEachern had the puck to the left side, just kind of bobbled it on a stick about waist high. Entered the zone offside with 2:55 left in the second. .16:53 was the time of Cron's goal. We'll go over all the scoring during the intermission. Idaho steps over the line. Reese Harsh over to the right side. Dashke delivers a hit. Yoon trying to block it away as a scrum behind Utah's net. As Yoon rolls to the far side, taken by Punnett, who spins along the wall to Harsh, who couldn't reach it in the near corner of the Grizzlies zone. As Shea will backhand it to center ice. Punnett at the Idaho line moves that to center ice. For McEachern, who does a half circle at the Idaho line. Blue line to blue line pass connects to Oliver. Idaho's passing has been crisp. As Blows poked it away from Oliver, but Oliver got it back. He tried to move it across, bounced off of Mastro Donato's shin out to center ice. Oliver throws it back into his own zone as the Grizzlies switch things up, and White will come off the ice for Idaho. As McEachern will dump it in, the Steelheads complete their line change. Shield behind his net gets it towards Fairbrother on the far side. Off the boards to Wells at center ice. Wells ahead towards Aragon, who couldn't extend the stick far enough as the pass was behind him. Blue line to blue line pass. McEachern will fly it in from just outside the Utah line. Shield to the far side. Now it goes to Wells wearing number 12. Wells, fourth pro game, gets to center ice and backhands it in, chases after it. Wells delivers a good shoulder check on Zenz. Action deep in the Idaho zone, far corner. Fitz tried to throw it to the other corner and flubbed it. As behind Idaho's net, as Ben Krabs looks over his right shoulder. Ben Kraws, Kraws. Puck goes to Svetlikov. He crosses center ice. Grizzlies back defensively. As Svetlikov skates towards his right, Wells lost his stick as Svetlikov's shot goes wide as it bounced off a stick. Far corner as Miller collides. Miller and Shearer go at it. Right side, Reese Harsh throws it to the right side for Hoffman, who fanned it but caught it back. He'll feed it back up top to Harsh, who directs it to the high slot for Punnett. Punnett left side shot saved by Shield. Rebound goes to Wells. Will bounce it off the near boards. It goes to center ice as we got a minute left in the second period. Hoffman left side will dump it in. He gets around Shearer. Fairbrother after it. As Fairbrother collides with Ertl. Idaho throws it back towards the left side. Righty shot. It's the side of the net that was taken by Lyndon McCollum. McCollum pushes Fairbrother behind Utah's net, but gets it to the far side for Fitz, who lifts it out to center ice. Idaho back in their own zone as the Grizzlies will switch things up. Manning replaces Blake Wells. Now Briley Wood enters as Idaho re-enters the attack zone. Left side shot is blocked by Fairbrother. Shot was taken by Brendan Hoffman. Hoffman on one knee gets it back to the left circle. Idaho in the attack zone across to Reese Harsh. Harsh, right wing righty shot is bounced off of Shield's shoulder. Grizzlies come back with numbers. 2-on-1. Grizzlies in the attack zone. Mick Messner dangles right side shot and a score. Mick Messner gets his first of the year, and with 15.4 seconds left in the second, Grizzlies get another one at 6-2. Well, we had talked about how Messner was a star for the Grizzlies in training camp. He was a star during the two preseason games, and Mick Messner on a 2-on-1 just called his own number from the right circle. As Messner gets Utah's second goal, it's a 6-2 Idaho lead, but the Grizzlies get a little bit of momentum heading into the locker room. Draw one by the Grizzlies at center ice. Idaho took it away. Thomas Cron throws it towards the left side. Yoon one-hands it towards the far boards. Yoon in the far corner over to Dashke behind Utah's net. Dashke gets double-teamed. Cron trying to hack it away. Yoon joins the scene. Now 4 seconds left. Cron gets the puck at the buzzer. And that will do it for 40 minutes here at Idaho Central Arena. 2 goals by Ty Pelton-Bice, and 4 others have scored a goal for the Steelheads. And the Grizzlies got second period goals from Neil Shea and Mick Messner. It's been all Steelheads. 6-2 is the score. And we'll come back and recap the first 2 periods of play. We'll also go over some where are they now. Where are some of the 2023-24 Grizzlies playing this season? We'll go over all that as well as some NHL and ECHL scores. That's during the second intermission report. Once again, after 40 minutes of play here at Idaho Central Arena, it's the Steelheads 6 and the Grizzlies 2. This is the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Why is Jerry Seiner the #1 Kia store in the Salt Lake region? Selection. We've got over 350 new Kias to choose from. Savings. Shop over 40 new Kia Sportage models and save up to $2,500 off when you buy. Jerry Seiner has been the area's most trusted automotive source for over 40 years. Little wonder then how we've made thousands of friends to last a lifetime. Jerry Seiner Kia, South Jordan.
Smith's always gives you more ways to save on top of our lower than low prices. And when you download the Smith's app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. With a Boost membership, you'll save even more with double fuel points and free delivery. Discover more ways to save big every day. Smith's, fresh.
Schwab tires. I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab tires.
Second intermission here at Idaho Central Arena in the regular season opener, and the Steelheads lead 6-2. Idaho led 3-0 after 1 period. Ty Pelton-Bice scored a power play goal to get the scoring started. It was a one-timer from the right circle. Hank Crone and Patrick Cudla got the assist. The time of that goal was 8:58 into the first period. 41 seconds later, it was A.J. White bouncing it, we believe, off of Derek Dashke's skate into the back of the net. That was 9:39 in. Connor McEachern picked up the assist. And then McEachern scored 3 minutes later, 12:57 in. He got his first of the year. Cudla and Register with the assist. The first goal was a power play goal. The other 2 goals in the first period were 5-on-5 goals. Steelheads led 3-0. They outshot the Grizzlies 11-7 in the first period. Idaho responded with a goal early in the second period as Mark Olver was along the right wing and fired it off the crossbar, ricocheted off the crossbar onto the left side, almost like a perfect rebound. Connor Punnett got it in his pro debut, and he just fired a blast over the left shoulder of Adam Scheel. It's Punnett's first goal as he's playing his first game. He spent the last 5 years in the OHL. Punnett signed a 1-year NHL entry-level contract with the Dallas Stars back on March 7th. Of 2024. In his 5 years in the OHL, Connor Punnett had 32 goals and 88 assists. He's only 21 years old, 6'2", and 202 pounds. So with that, it became a 4-0 hockey game. Idaho did score shorthanded to make it 5-0. It was after Reese Harsh got a roughing minor. 2 straight power plays for the Grizzlies there in the middle of the second period as Matt Register got a tripping minor, 10:35 into the second. Steelheads killed off that power play, and then 1 second after Register's tripping minor came up, Reese Harsh got the roughing minor. as he just got a little bit too aggressive with Aaron Aragon at the end of Utah's first power play. So the Grizzlies got another one, and Idaho ended up getting the puck at neutral ice. Grizzlies had 3 guys back at their goal line, and the Steelheads had a 4-on-2, probably turned into a 5-on-3 by the end of the play, as Thomas Cron and Ty Pelton-Bice on the give and go, as Cron fed Ty Pelton-Bice over to the right circle, and Bice got a one-timer on the Cron pass past Adam Schill. Didn't get high, didn't go low, just somehow got through him. And the shorthanded goal, 13:06 into the second period, made it a 5-0 game. On that same power play, with 5 seconds left in the man advantage, Grizzlies got on the board. Right now, Keaton Mastrodonado has the only assist. I imagine somebody else will get an assist later on. But Neil Shea got the puck just outside the left circle and fired a one-timer past Ben Cross, and that made it a 5-1 game. Shea looks like he's going to be a good one. He might be one of the faster Grizzlies. He had 18 goals in 64 games in Newfoundland last season. He had 1 goal in 6 AHL games with the Chicago Wolves in the 2022-23 season. In 2 years at Sacred Heart University from 2021 through 2023, Shea had 25 goals. So he's a guy that can put the puck in the back of the net, and he did so on Utah's power play, 14:31 into the second period. Both teams are 1 for 2 on the power play. Idaho got back on the board as Thomas Cron scored from the left wing. Hank Crone with an assist. That was 16:53 into the second. That made it a 6-1 game. Then the Grizzlies just kept battling as Mick Messner was to the right side, got into the zone. It was a 2-on-1. Messner called his own number and fired it past Cross for his first of the year. Messner had 15 goals last season, and we've been talking about him, seems like, for the last 2 weeks. Both weeks of training camp, he's been solid. He had a really good preseason, and Mick Messner's off to a good start this year. Right now it's listed as unassisted. I imagine they might add an assist later on, as that goal was scored 19:45 into the second period. So it's 6-2 Idaho. Both teams had 13 shots in the second period. Idaho currently has a 24-20 shot advantage. For the Grizzlies and their 20 shots, they are led by Briley Wood, who had 3 shots, including a couple good looks from the right side. 2 shots each for Messner, including 1 goal. Aragon has 2 shots, as well as Neil Shea with 1 goal on 2 shots. Gallant and Tyson Upper each with 2. Armstrong, Yoon, Dashke, Mastrodonado, Fitz, Manning, and Jensen each have 1 shot for the Grizzlies. For the Idaho Steelheads, 24 shots. Has been a very balanced attack. Ty Pelton-Bice leads the way with 3 shots, including 2 goals. 2 shots each for Thomas Caron, as well as A.J. White, Matt Register, Connor Punnett, and Olver. Caron, White, and Punnett each have 1 goal on their 2 shots, and then a few other Steelheads with 1 shot in the first 2 periods. For Idaho, Ty Pelton-Bice has 2 goals. Thomas Caron and Connor McEachern each have 1 goal and 1 assist. White, McEachern, and Matt Register, as well as Mark Olver, those 4 players are a +3 for Idaho through 2 periods. So let's see if the Grizzlies have a comeback bid in them. They're down 6-2 against an Idaho Steelheads team that traditionally does an outstanding job playing with a lead. Right now, this is the only game in progress across the ECHL. Every other game has gone final here in the first day of the ECHL regular season. Reading defeats Trois-Rivières 3-2. That game played in Quebec. Orlando got a game-winning goal by Tyler Bird in overtime as they defeat Greenville 5-4. Adirondack got a 2-1 victory over Norfolk. Wheeling defeats Maine 4-1. It was also a 4-1 final as Savannah defeated Indy. Savannah scored the first 4 goals of that game. Fort Wayne came back. They overcame a deficit as they defeat the Iowa Heartlanders 6-5 in what appears to be a thrilling game. Kansas City, the defending Western Conference champions, they go to 1-0 this season as they defeat Wichita 5-3 in a game that seemed to have featured quite a bit of penalty minutes. Cade Borchard had a penalty shot and scored for Kansas City. He was one of their top scorers last year, as Borchard had 1 goal and 1 assist to lead the Mavericks attack as they go to 1-0 this season as Kansas City defeats Wichita by a score of 5-3. Here at Idaho Central Arena, it's 6-2 Steelheads. When we come back, we'll go over some NHL scores as well as a couple college football scores, and we'll also go over a Where Are They Now type of segment. We'll tell you where some of the Grizzlies players last season have resurfaced for this year. For through 2 periods, it's 6-2 Idaho. This is the Utah Grizzlies intermission report.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires.
Why is Jerry Seiner the #1 Kia store in the Salt Lake region? Selection. We've got over 350 new Kias to choose from. Savings. Shop over 40 new Kia Sportage models and save up to $2,500 off when you buy. Jerry Seiner has been the area's most trusted automotive source for over 40 years. Little wonder then how we've made thousands of friends to last a lifetime. Jerry Seiner Kia, Salt Lake.
At Black Bear Diner, you always get more. More choice, more amazing food, more value, from huge breakfasts to delicious lunches and hearty dinners. Black Bear Diner has more for you. So get more when you want it, the way you want it, and get it today.
Good old-fashioned family food, Black Bear Diner. Black Bear Diner.
Right now at Les Schwab, it's the deal you've been waiting for. The Score More sales event. Save up to $160 instantly on a wide selection of 4 tires and 4 wheels. Plus, every tire is covered by America's best tire warranty. 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. Because nobody stands by their tires like we do. It's a better deal on better tires with the best service in the business. Get more from Les.
Second intermission, Idaho leads Utah 6-2. Let's go over some NHL scores and check in on those who are living the dream. 3 NHL games tonight. 2 have gone final. Winnipeg opened up a can on San Jose. Winnipeg 8, San Jose 3. That game's gone final. Carolina defeats Pittsburgh 4-1. And after 2 periods, Anaheim leads Colorado. That's the only game in progress in the NHL. As Middlestat has Colorado's goal. Anaheim scored 2 in the first, as Colorado responded with 1 in the second. As the Avalanche are still looking for their first victory of the season. Anaheim is 2-1 going into play tonight. They defeated the Utah Hockey Club in overtime on Wednesday night. And Anaheim has a 2-1 record. They could end up being a surprise team in the Western Conference with their new uniforms and a lot of young talents. Tomorrow, downtown, the Utah Hockey Club hosts the Boston Bruins. That will be the first ever meeting between Utah and Boston. That should be a fun one tomorrow night over at Delta Center. One college football game of note. 4 minutes left in the first quarter. The 6-0 and 13th ranked BYU Cougars are tied with Oklahoma State. That's 7-7 with 4 minutes left in the first quarter. Oklahoma State is 3-3 on the season. Well, it seems like from year to year, obviously the roster has changed quite a bit. There are 10 players returning from last season's club, but where are some of the players that have gone elsewhere? Well, the Grizzlies' leading point scorer last season was Brett Stapley. He led Utah with 47 assists and 71 points. Stapley is currently playing in Slovakia for HK Dukla Trenčín in Slovakia, and that's where Brett Stapley is. He's off to a good start. Brandon Cutler is in Germany playing for EC Kassel Huskies, and he's currently a teammate with 2017-2018 Grizzly forward Ryan Olsen. Cutler was outstanding last year. He had 36 goals and 29 assists in 72 games. He had one of the best scoring years in terms of goals in team history. Might end up being a future trivia question somewhere along the line. Kyle Mayhew, the star defenseman, is currently playing in the ECHL with the Fort Wayne Comets. Mayhew led Utah with 19 power play assists last season. I'll take a quick check and see if Mayhew did anything tonight for Fort Wayne. He's one of those guys that if he were 2 or 3 inches, he might not even be in the AHL. He might even be an NHL player. Mayhew scored 2 goals with Fort Wayne tonight. Both of those goals coming in the third period. He scored the game-tying and game-leading goal that because Iowa scored later on, it wasn't a game winner, but Kyle Mayhew with 2 big third-period goals to lead the Fort Wayne Comets to a 6-5 victory. Mayhew was the only Comet to have more than 1 goal tonight. So Kyle Mayhew off to a good start over with the Fort Wayne Comets. Josh Wesley, one of the 3 answers to the trivia question in the second period. He led all league defensemen with 18 goals last season. He is currently playing in Italy. Nathan Burke is with the ECHL's Indy Fuel, as Indy lost 4-1 tonight to Savannah. As it looks like Nathan Burke was checking to see if he was in the lineup, and Burke was not in there for Indy tonight, but I believe he is on the roster. And we'll see Nathan Burke on Thanksgiving weekend, as the Indy Fuel will be at Maverick Center on November 27th, 29th, and 30th. That is Thanksgiving week. Alex Bocage is in the American Hockey League playing with the AHL's Laval Rockets. Also in the AHL this season is Ryan Sandelin, who's with the Iowa Wild. Connor Mayer, a defenseman that we saw late in the season, he's with the AHL's Colorado Eagles, where he is a teammate with Trent Miner, who spent 3 seasons with the Grizzlies, and we are certainly rooting on Trent Miner, who's currently in his 4th season as a pro. Will Cranley, the goaltender that appeared in about 30 games last season, is with the 3-time defending Kelly Cup champion Florida Everblades. Michael Underwood, who, like Cade Jensen, started the season, played in a couple games, but then got hurt with a season-ending injury. He is with the Maine Mariners. Dakota Raby is with the Iowa Heartlanders this season. Robbie Stucker, the talented defenseman, is playing with the Orlando Solar Bears. Adam Berg and Quinn Wickers, Berg the TikTok star, and Quinn Wickers, the dependable defenseman, are currently teammates together with the EIHL's Nottingham Panthers. The EIHL is where James Shearer played last season. You'll see a ton of ECHL alums playing in that league. And Jacob Semick, he's not playing this season, but he's currently an assistant coach with the USHL's Dubuque Fighting Saints. We'll come back and have third period action. We'll see if the Grizzlies have a comeback in store as Idaho leads 6-2. You've been listening to the Intermission Report on the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
At Black Bear Diner, you always get more. More choice, more amazing food, more value, from huge breakfasts to delicious lunches and hearty dinners. Black Bear Diner has more for you. So get more when you want it, the way you want it, and get it today.
Good old-fashioned family food, Black Bear Diner. Black Bear Diner.
Right now at Les Schwab, it's the deal you've been waiting for. The Score More sales event. Save up to $160 instantly on a wide selection of 4 tires and 4 wheels. Plus, every tire is covered by America's best tire warranty. 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. Because nobody stands by their tires like we do. It's a better deal on better tires with the best service in the business. Get more from Les.
All right, we're having a good time dancing the $10 by MIA here to start the third period. Grizzlies will be skating from left to right as we see it from high atop section 202. It's 6-2 Steelheads. We're going to skate 5-on-5 to start the third period. Neil Shea will be out there with Cole Gallant and Keaton Mastrodonato. The defensive pairing is Brian Yoon and Derek Dashke. Shea and Mick Messner had the 2 Utah goals in the second period. Idaho has 2 goals from Ty Pelton-Bice. He'll take the face-off. He's out there with Hank Crone and Thomas Cron. Oddly enough to see Crone only with a couple of assists. Hasn't found the goal-scoring sheet yet. Matt Register and Patrick Hudler are the defensive pairing. So it's the same 10 players that started the game on both sides. Adam Schills in net for the Grizzlies. And for Idaho, it's Ben Cross in his Steelheads debut. He has so far stopped 18 of 20. Idaho wins the draw. Pelton-Bice skates down the left wing, takes a shot, and Gallant takes him off the puck here on this fresh sheet of ice. Dashke trying to get to Shea. Cron took it away. They'll throw it to the far circle of the Grizzlies zone. Yoon takes it. Now Gallant over to the left wing, over to Shea. Grizzlies enter the zone. Mastrodonato right side takes a righty shot that goes wide as he trying to go stick side on Cross and just missed the net, but he didn't miss by much. Dashke runs it down in the Grizzly zone. He'll move it across to Yoon. Yoon with a shoulder shake to his left. He'll skate out to Neutri. He'll feed it to Mastrodonato down the middle. Mastrodonato steps over the line, but Shea entered before the puck. So the Grizzlies are offside. 34 seconds into the third period. How's your pick-to-click doing? We made our pick-to-click before the start of the game. I went with Mick Messner's got a goal for the Grizzlies. Neil Shea also has a goal for Utah. Hey, if you're a Steelheads fan and you want to make your pick-to-click a Steelhead, that's okay as well. Grizzlies will have some time off after today's game as they don't play until next Friday against Rapid City to start a 2-game set. Grizzlies win the draw. Wood at center ice tried to backhand it ahead. White took it away as Connor Punnett, who scored a goal in his pro debut, over to McEachern, who's played a good game. McEachern gets spun around by Fairbrother behind Utah's net as Manning throws to the far corner. Briley Wood looks over his right shoulder. He gets the puck. He'll move it to Fairbrother behind Utah's net. Fairbrother brushes ahead to Messner. Messner 3-on-4 steps over center ice. He'll dump it in as he avoided a check of Connor Punnett. Now Punnett to the near side gathers the puck as Grizzlies will switch up forwards. Wells enters as well as Aragon and Craig Armstrong. Armstrong in his pro debut, he's played well as Punnett directs a hot pass that goes past Ertl as Grizzlies try to get towards Aragon, did Wells, but the Steelheads got a stick in the way as McCollum, as Wells looked like he got hurt on the play. Looks like Wells is hurt as he'll skate to the bench as he's holding his wrist. As Wells will come off, he'll be looked at by Colin Lee, the Grizzlies trainer. Grizzlies cross center ice. Steelheads will tap it back to the Utah line as Hoffman one-hands it away from Dunn. Jensen rolls along the boards. Idaho over in the right point. Zins keeps it in. Aragon boxes out Ertl on a good defensive play. He'll move it ahead to Armstrong. Armstrong over the line left side across to Fitz. Fitz on the right side all alone. Takes a righty shot. Saved by Cross. Rebound goes to Zins. Idaho comes back skating from right to left. Blue line to blue line pass is picked off by Gallant. Gallant gets around McCollum. He steps over the line, skates down the middle. Surrounded by 5 Steelheads. Will take a shot and it's blocked by Zins. Fitz rolls it along the boards. Fitz one of 3 assistant captains. Nobody's wearing the C right now. Sure, I saw had one as well. Gallant over towards Shea, trying to get it to Fitz down the middle, and the puck ended up over Fitz's stick. As Idaho comes up with it, as Ertl gets a good shoulder check from Fitz, as Neil Shea, who has one of Utah's 2 goals, skates around Idaho's net. He got taken off the puck by Slava Demon, as the Steelheads tapping off the far glass. Dashke rolls it along the boards. Zins to the right side as the Grizzlies make a line change, gets the puck. He'll toss it ahead to Svetlikov, back to Zins as he gets shadowed by Mastrodonato. Zins around the net for Demon. Up ahead, Kanadi brushes the center ice. Dashke fires it back in. Zins chasing after it. Mastrodonato and him were teammates last year. Puck rolls on the far side. Nick Kanadi gets it. Kanadi in his 3rd season with these Steelheads. Steps over the line. Dangles in the right point. Takes a shot that's blocked by Dashke's skate. Dashke clears it back to center. Register at the center ice logo, ahead to Svetlikov, who steps over the line and dumps it in as Svetlikov got his time and space taken away by Hume. Puck to the far side. Messner gets it. Grizzlies enter the attack zone 3-on-3. Messner to Pastorius at the far goal line, who just leaded it out in front to Messner. But the Steelheads got there in front. Pastorius now hacking away, and we get a whistle as there was a loose puck out in front of the net. Pastorius nudged Cross, and Register getting after it with a Grizzly. Now Nick Kanadi's got a Grizzly in a back in a bear hug. That's Luke Manning. 16:35 left in the third. As Pastorius, looks like the Grizzlies have changed up their forward lines a little bit as Pastorius was working with Manning and Messner. Kind of feel that Pastorius, who did score 1 goal in 9 games in Newfoundland during the 2021-22 season, is a guy that Grizzlies fans are really going to love. Seems like he plays hard each and every shift. He's got a good personality. Nick Pastorius, somebody that made the team out of camp, sporting a mustache, and he's somebody that Grizzlies fans are going to love. Pastorius stays on the ice. He's out there with Aragon and Tyson Upper. I think that sort of energy is what Ryan Kanasowicz is looking for here in this third period, as Pastorius may get some good minutes. The defensive pairing is Shearer and Fairbrother. Draws game in the Steelhead zone, far circle. Grizzlies skating from left to right here in the third period. Utah wins the draw. Shearer over to Fairbrother. One-timer, he didn't get much on it as the puck slides slowly towards the near corner. Pastorius gets pushed by Punnett. Pastorius goes down near Jade Miller as the Steelheads brush it away. Hopefully Blake Wells is okay. Came off the ice, and he's in the locker room being checked out by Colin Lee, the Grizzlies trainer. Grizzlies deep in their own zone as Fairbrother, left wing, will cross center ice, and they'll whip it around the wall. As Cross couldn't cut it off, the puck lifts out to center ice. Upper gets the bouncing puck over towards Fairbrother. Across the center ice for Aragon left wing. He'll dump it in and bounced off of 2 sticks. Idaho comes back towards Thomas Caron. He tried to one-hand it out to center ice. Aragon skates into the attack zone. Right side shot is blocked away by Harsh's stick. Harsh got him with a high stick. No call after the follow-through. As Harsh gets out to center ice, he'll bounce it off the far wall. Bice chases after it. Dunn in the area. Dunn gets there first. Kabori Dunn in his pro debut. Throws to the right side. Idaho's Trevor Zins keeps it in. Crone, far corner, gets pushed in the back by Jensen. Not many penalties here tonight. Both teams 1 for 2 on the power play. Right side, Zins keeps it in. Fires a shot that gets redirected by Caron's stick and bounces off the end boards. Zins, right side over to Bice. Up top for Demon. Demon, high slot, lefty shot. Kick saved by Shield. Jensen taps off the near boards. Mastrodonato gets a one-on-one. Mastrodonato, right side, righty shot. Saved by Cross. And after the whistle, Cross and holds on, and Zins and Mastrodonato push each other about 5 feet to Cross's left. A pretty good look by Mastrodonato, one-on-one to the right side. Looks like Mastrodonato tried to get it under Cross's left arm, but Cross was able to gather it and make the save. And it looks like Ben Cross is going to be a good one. And as we've seen year in and year out, the Steelheads do have outstanding goaltending. 2 years ago, when the Steelheads went on that great regular season run, they had a team save percentage of .930. Last year, the Steelheads team save percentage was just not an even .900. So they're looking to get back to the .930 mark, or at least closer to that. Idaho wins the draw. They step over the line. McEachran, right side, lefty shot is blocked by Yoon's stick, and it flies off the protective netting, or at least the Grizzlies thought so. We keep playing on. Mark Olver will fire it off the end boards. Puck goes around the net. Dashke to the far side, hustles after it. He gets there about the same time as Register. Dashke gets the puck, moves it across. It goes past Brian Yoon. Mastrodonato over to Yoon on the far corner of the Grizzly zone as Yoon directs it to Gallant at the Utah line. A right wing pass out to Mastrodonato, who gets to the Idaho line and dumps it in. Grizzlies will switch up defensemen. Manning and Messner both enter as Shearer joins the mix. Grizzlies in the attack zone. Dashke gets up top to Messner, across to Shearer. He's at the right point. He'll take a lefty shot that gets redirected by Mastrodonato. Puck still alive. Manning gets up top to Dashke. High slot. Lefty shot goes wide as he tried to go stick side on Cross, but missed the net. There's a lot of traffic out in front of Cross. Messner overskates the puck at the Idaho line. Steelheads get it to White. White enters from the right side. Grizzlies back defensively. White gets around Shearer. Backhand shot. Saved by Shield. And he holds on with 14:04 left in the third. A.J. White, one of those guys, every year he just seems to be reliable for the Steelheads. And boy, just out of nowhere, just was able to get around Shearer and get a good scoring chance out of it. Last season, A.J. White had 27 goals and 39 assists in 71 games. As he's near the top of the leaderboard in many Steelheads career statistical categories. Draw one by the Steelheads. They lead 6-2, third period. 6 minutes in. Now left side shot to score. And save that puck, Chris Bestel, as Justin Ertl gets his first pro goal. And the Steelheads kick the extra point. It's now 7-2. Yes, there are some cowbells directly in front of me as Idaho wins the draw. Punnett took the original shot. It bounced off, I think either it bounced off somebody in the slot and went towards the left side, and that's where Ertl was. Ertl from the left side scored, and it is his first career goal as Ertl, like Connor Punnett, both guys are making their pro debuts. So Punnett and Ertl each score a goal for the Steelheads in their pro debuts as Grizzlies win the draw, but it's 7-2 Steelheads 6 minutes into the third period. Fairbrother to Fitz, who dumps it in. Now behind the net, Cross gets back checked by Armstrong. Armstrong tried to center it, nobody home. Idaho comes back the other way. They cross center ice. McCollum gets a big-time hit up high by Fitz. As Armstrong over to the far side, Grizzlies start the attack from left to right. Armstrong trying to get to upper, and it's taken by Hoffman, who dumps it in deeper. Fairbrother trying to get to Fitz. Punnett picked it off and fires it to the far corner. As Fairbrother over to the near side. Gets the Fitz. Pass goes tape to tape. Fitz to Tyson Upper at center ice. Upper skates towards his left at the center red line. Now he steps over the attack line. 1-on-5. He got spun around by Zins and taken off the puck. Still heads outlet pass out the center ice for Ertl. He's got to be on cloud 9 with his first pro goal. As the puck got nudged at center ice, running it down, Skabori Dunn near corner of the Grizzlies zone. Will drop it for Jensen across the Shea off his skate. As Idaho, Nick Canati in the attack zone left point, being shadowed like a hawk by Jensen. Idaho behind the net for Miller. Feathers it out in front. Wraparound shot saved by Shield. Canati gets up top to Demon. Demon's shot is blocked by Masha Donato. Cole Gallant gets it. He'll tattoo it off the near boards to center ice. Demon gets the puck poked away by Masha Donato as Idaho shovels it ahead. Miller over the line left wing. As Miller trying to get to the corner, bounced off of Jensen. As Masha Donato gets it, he'll throw it towards the middle for Dashke, who gets a poke by Bice. Dashke boxes out Bice. Dashke overskates it as Dashke got his stick held up. As the Steelheads trying to get to the left side, puck exits the zone as both teams reset. Right wing pass to Bice, glance off of his stick. It goes into the far corner. Cron trying to get it back to Bice on hat trick watch. It goes out to neutralize. Register skates back towards his bench area. Will backhand it across to Kudla. Kudla down the middle. Gets to Cron right side. Cron centers it out in front. It kicks off the skate of Dashke as they're trying to find Crone cutting in front of the net. Dashke battles with Crone as Shield looks over his right shoulder. As Luke Manning comes out of the pile with the puck, he'll get it ahead to Messner. Messner's got a goal tonight, and he'll flip it in from about center ice. Briley Wood after it. Wood gets hit in the back by Kudla. Yoon joins the scene. Over to Messner. Left side. One-timer goes wide. Manning over to the right side, gets pushed along the boards by Register, but keeps the puck. I try to get it up top to Shearer. It's taken away by Bice. As Idaho sauces it out to center ice. Crone will drive it in as the Steelheads make a line change. The Grizzlies do as well. 11:23 and counting left in the third period. 7-2 Steelheads. Wood over the line, down the middle. He gets poked away as Wood was trying to drop it for Aragon. Steelheads at center ice as over to the right side for McEachern. McEachern skates to the far goal line, feeds it across the Punnett. Punnett left wing, lefty shot. Saved by Shield, and he holds on. 11:06 left in the third period as Justin Ertl scored his first professional goal to give the Steelheads their 7th of the night. It's the Steelheads 7 and the Grizzlies 2. It's the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
Why is Jerry Seiner the #1 Kia store in the Salt Lake region? Selection. We've got over 350 new Kias to choose from. Savings. Shop over 40 new Kia Sportage models and save up to $2,500 off when you buy. Jerry Seiner has been the area's most trusted automotive source for over 40 years. Little wonder then how we've made thousands of friends to last a lifetime. Jerry Seiner Kia, South Jordan.
Since 1939, America First has helped people start businesses, buy homes and cars, and achieve their financial goals. Today, our top priority is still the financial success of you and your family, which is why we're giving new members $100 when they sign up for a basic savings and checking account, and another $100 when they upgrade to premium checking and enroll in and use direct deposit. So head to AmericaFirst.com today and join the credit union that always puts its members first.
It's the Steelheads 7 and the Grizzlies 2 here in the regular season opener. It's the only game currently going on in the ECHL. Idaho has outshot Utah 29-22. The Steelheads have outshot the Grizzlies 5-2 here through one segment of the third period. Utah wins the draw. They skate from left to right as Fairbrother will tattoo it off the far boards. Mark Olver gets a good shoulder check from Fairbrother as Olver back to his feet. He's 36 years old as the puck hits off the protective netting on a deflection and goes out of play. 10:55 left in the third. Olver played overseas, I believe in Germany, the last 8 seasons. He had 264 games in Germany. He does have 3 years of NHL experience, all with the Colorado Avalanche from 2010 through 2013. Over in 74 NHL games, has 10 goals and 12 assists. Former 5th-round pick by the Avalanche back in 2008. It's his first game in the ECHL. He's been in the NHL and AHL as well as Germany and some other places as well. As Idaho wins the draw, White tries to center it. Bounce off to Fairbrother's skate. As McEachern, right side, feeds it across to Harsh. Left side, shot, kick saved by Shield. Puck still alive as White gets physical along with Fairbrother. White gets up top to Harsh, left side. Fires a shot, gets redirected, and Shield makes a glove save. Boy, Harsh somehow got the puck in front of the net. It got redirected by Olver, and Shield made a nice glove save about waist high. 10 minutes, 30 seconds left in regulation. Idaho's up to 31 shots, and the Grizzlies have 22. Only one game here in Boise. Utah next week will be at the Monument as they take on the Rapid City Rush next Friday and Saturday. Face-off both nights will be at 7:05. As Idaho wins the draw, 2 weeks away from the Grizzlies home opener on November 1st against the Allen Americans. McCollum dangles the puck back and forth, left point, takes a shot that flies off a Jensen stick. Puck bounces in the far circle as Mastrodonato at center ice got a good elbow check about on the ribs of Mastrodonato. Halfway through the third period, 7-2 Steelheads. Puck at center ice, far side. Idaho gets to the Utah line, and McCollum takes it. Toe drag, right side, shot, saved by Schill. Rebound shot, saved by Schill again. McCollum over towards Hoffman. He gets around Utah's net to the far side, tried to feed it out in front. It bounced off the side of the net. Hoffman rolls along the near side. Zins wasn't in the area. As Zins races all the way deep into the Steelhead zone after it. Grizzlies will reshuffle the deck personnel-wise. Idaho gets Nick Canati out there as he replaces Hoffman. Svetlikov joins the mix as well. Zins skates down the middle, gets neutralized. Left wing pass to Canati. He's picked off by Messner. Messner over the line, drops it for Wood. Wood fires towards the net. It goes wide as the puck skips to the far corner. Manning over towards Messner as Messner couldn't accept the puck as he was being occupied by Trevor Zins, who's played a ton of minutes here. Zins will lift it high into the air. Puck bounces at neutral ice and rolls into the Grizzlies zone. Dashke backhands it to Manning. Now to Messner from Manning as puck goes back over to Manning. Now to Dashke across to you near the Grizzlies bench. Blue line to blue line pass. Tapped off a Cutlass stick and it flies into the Steelhead zone deep. Register runs it down over towards Miller as Dashke took it away on the back check along the far boards. Miller continues to battle. Aragon takes over the puck. Fires towards the net and it bounced off a Register skate over in the far circle of the Steelhead zone. Idaho skates from right to left as Patrick Cudley gets a neutralized. Cross the center. Back check by Fitz. And the Steelheads keep it. Svetlikov over the line. And where's the offside? Now Miller to the left side, skates in, backhand shot. Saved by Shield. Idaho is offside by a mile, but we play on. Register over to the high slot. Dangles towards his left, fires a shot. And it's kicked away by Shield. Svetlikov over towards Karan on the right side. He'll backhand it in deep around the boards towards the near side. Crone after it, but Yoon gets to the puck first. Yoon spins around Crone. And he'll shovel it in as he gets about 5 feet worth of air. Bice gathers at center ice, moves to his right. Harsh now to Karan, who drops it for Crone as the Steelheads under the attack zone. Harsh right side gets to Crone around the net to the near side. Tried to feather it out in front. It hits the side of the net. Crone skates towards the left point, fakes it to Punnett. Crone will backhand it ahead. Pastorius picks it off and clears it back to center. Punnett will sky it back in. Schill gloves it on one hop and moves it to Shearer to keep the play alive. Over to Mastrodonato, who drops it at center ice. Punnett gathers it for Idaho. As the Steelheads are winning all the 50-50 pucks, they seem to be everywhere, like there's more than 5 guys on the ice. Karan lets it go, as it would have been a delayed offside. Mastrodonato takes it. 7:33 and counting left in the third period. 7-2 Idaho. As Neil Shea crosses center ice with good speed. Steps over the line, 2-on-5. Shea, far goal line, tried to center it out in front to Manning. Puck hit the side of the net. Idaho comes back the other way. Big-time collision over the near corner of the Steelhead zone. As Luke Manning races, Idaho enters the attack zone. Mark Olver looking for a shot, and it's blocked by Jensen's stick. McEachern gets up top to Demon. He danced around the left point. He'll feed it across to Zins, who curls it back off of Mastrodonato's skate. Shearer curls it around the net for Jensen. Jensen pushes ahead for Shea. Now to Manning at center ice. Manning left wing. Still heads back defensively as Manning gets around. Zins keeps the puck, fires towards the net, and it's blocked by Demon's stick, and it flies out of play. 6:51 left in the third. The score is still Idaho 7, Utah 2. We'll come back in 1 minute on the Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it, or we'll replace it, no questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection, but at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more.
When you pay with the Nitro card at Maverick, you always save 10 cents or more on fuel every gallon, every day. And you could save a whole lot more thanks to Nitro Best Price. Pick up a Nitro card and upgrade your Adventure Club.
Why is Jerry Seiner the #1 Kia store in the Salt Lake region? Selection. Shop over 50 new Kia Sorentos with savings up to $4,500 off at Jerry Seiner Kia, Salt Lake.
6 minutes, 51 seconds left in regulation, and the Steelheads lead the Grizzlies 7-2. As Idaho, it's really been a balanced attack. Ty Pelton Bice has 2 goals. Ertl, Curran, McEachern, Punnett, and A.J. White also have goals. Grizzlies got second period goals for Neil Shea and Mick Messner. Draws in the far circle of the Steelhead zone. 6:50 left in the period. Utah swings and misses. Messner was looking for a one-timer after Utah won the draw. Manning gets hit behind Idaho's net. Now Messner will whip it along the near side. Dunn races after it as he'll chase back it deep in the Grizzlies zone near side. Dunn gets the puck. He'll skate around Idaho's net. He'll tap it off the end boards for Jensen, who skates around Adam Schill, the Utah goaltender. As Jensen ahead towards Dunn, left wing across center ice, tried to dump it in, but it just got to the Idaho line. Idaho shovels it ahead. Dunn will tap it off the far boards. Harsh reenters for Idaho, and he'll whip it around the wall. As Justin Ertl gets there, he's got good size, very talented player, 21 years old. He gets there about the same time as Dunn as the puck rolls towards Jensen, who feeds it from one corner to the other. Dunn and Hoffman with a huge collision over in the far corner of the Grizzlies zone. Dunn was the one that went down, so Steelhead fans applaud. Messner ahead towards Tyson Upper, tapped off of his stick. It goes deep in as Upper gets around Zins, and he gets a good shoulder check from Punnett. Punnett, a very strong player at 6'2". He's going to be a good defenseman like Ertl, only 21 years old, making his pro debut. McCollum gains center ice, and he'll sky it in as Yoon skates around Schill's net. Yoon pushes to his right as Tyson Upper crosses center ice. He gets dragged down, no call. Referees let them play tonight. Kanadi skates in left side, lefty shot, glove saved by Schill as he corralled a backhand glove save about logo high around the chest of the Grizzlies' black jersey with white numbers and professional green trim. 5:32 left in the third period. Looks like it's going to be a Steelheads victory. Don't forget that we are just 2 weeks away from the Grizzlies home opener. That's against the Allen Americans. The Grizzlies will celebrate 30 seasons of professional hockey in the Salt Lake Valley. Opening weekend is presented by Smith's. That's going to be Friday and Saturday, November 1st and 2nd. November 2nd is going to be Hispanic Heritage Night, celebrating Dia de los Muertos. And then the following week, it's Pucks and Pups. That's the new version of Pooch on the Pond. It's pretty much the same thing. And bring your dog to the game. We'll have some dog-friendly festivities. That's going to be on November 9th. The Grizzlies will also have a game on November 10th against Tahoe to end a 4-game homestand. Healthcare Appreciation Weekend is going to be on December 6th and 7th. That's going to be a big one. Don't make a note. Come to the game on December 21st against Tahoe, as that's going to be the Teddy Bear Toss and Ugly Sweater Night. And on February 15th, it's the Grizzlies' first annual fishing night, presented by Mountain Land Supply, as the Grizzlies will look to hook the Steelheads at Maverick Center. Grizzlies will be wearing fishing-themed specialty jerseys. I'm really looking forward to seeing what that looks like. We got a ton of fun stuff happening at Maverick Center all season. Get your tickets at UtahGrizzlies.com. 5:32 left in the third period. Idaho leads 7-2. Cole Gallant will take the draw against Idaho's Blake Swetlikoff. Draws give me the near circle, the Grizzlies zone. Idaho wins it. Trevor Zinn's left point fires towards the net. And it's blocked away by the combination of Dashke and Miller, who are battling out in front. Puck rolled towards Schill, and he makes a save with 5:27 left in the third. Draw once again won by Cole Gallant. Utah wins it as Derek Dashke will fly it as the puck saucers deep into the Steelhead zone. Icing is going to be called on the Grizzlies. 5:19 left in the third. We'll come back towards Adam Schill, the guy who spent the entire 2023-24 season in the AHL with the Chicago Wolves. He played in 42 games with Chicago last season, which is about half of the Wolves games, if not more than half. Schill had a .905 save percentage and 2.84 goals against average with Chicago. Had a record of 13, 18, and 1. Draws game in the far side. Gallant will take it against Swetlikoff for the third time here in about a 20-second stretch. Idaho wins the draw. They get up top to Zins. High slot, righty shot. Glove saved by Schill as he corralled the low liner about waist high. It was taken by Trevor Zins, who's played a ton of minutes tonight. Zins wearing number 2. He was a mid-season addition by the Steelheads. He came over from the Indy Fuel in a trade. Zins had 3 goals and 6 assists in 34 games with the Steelheads after starting the year with the Indy Fuel. Draw one by the Grizzlies. Dashke rolls along the far boards. And it's going to be icing on the Grizzlies once again, this time with 5 minutes and 7 seconds left in regulation. You know, there's a lot of sports and entertainment options out there. We appreciate you choosing the Grizzlies tonight. First of 72 games here in the regular season. At the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll go over the Grizzlies and Steelheads pick to click. Who ended up winning that? We'll tell you tonight after the game. The Grizzlies win the draw. Yoon skated along the far side, gets tripped up, and he got tripped up by Jade Miller. And it's going to be a power play as Jade Miller gets 2 minutes for tripping. As Yoon, after Utah won the faceoff, tried to get around Miller, and Miller tripped him up. 5 minutes and 1 second left in the third period. Miller kind of laughs it off. As referee tonight, it's Tyler Haskell made the call. Both teams haven't had many power plays. Grizzlies and Steelheads are both 1 for 2 on the power play tonight. Nick Pastoris is on the left wing. Cole Gallant will take the face-off. Masho Donato to the right. Up top is Neil Shea and Brian Yoon. It was Neil Shea that scored the power play goal for the Grizzlies in the second period. A.J. White will take the draw. It's his 7th year with the Steelheads and 6th year as Steelheads captain. Draw one by Utah. Masho Donato along the near boards gets up top to Yoon. Yoon skates towards the high slot, takes a righty shot, and gets redirected. Pastorius fires towards the net on the rebound, and it goes wide. Right side. Masho Donato at the point dances around. Dangles with the puck. Now he gets up top to Yoon. Yoon to his left for Shea. He'll take a lefty shot, and a blocker save by Ben Cross. Utah gets it back up top to the point for Shea. Neil Shea over the left side, across off a Steelhead stick to Masho Donato. Bounce back towards Olver, and he'll clear it back to center ice. Masho Donato, far side, gathers the puck, does a half circle. Now he crosses center ice. Masho Donato gets the line. Big time collision between Masho Donato and Punnett as Idaho will sail it all the way off the far boards. Shield lets it go as Brian Yoon will take it as the puck was in the restricted area. As Yoon around the net. 1:10 and counting left in Utah's power play. Yoon drops it for Masho Donato. He gets neutralized. Left wing pass down the middle to Shea. Shea skates towards his left. Gets to the Idaho line. Dumps it in. As Kudla gathers it. And he'll saucer it all the way towards Shield. Puck along the far board. Shield cuts it off behind his net. Grizzlies will switch up skaters as Dashke's out there with Manning, Briley Wood, Aaron Aragon, and Mick Messner. As Dashke skates down the middle, gets neutralized, drops it for Wood. Wood gets to the Utah line. Left wing pass connects to Manning. Back towards Wood. Now Dash get the center ice logo. Saucers one airborne to Messner. He'll drive it into the near corner. Kudla gets it, and he'll sail it as he helicopters it about 10 feet in the air all the way towards Shield. As Dashke over in the near corner. We'll start the attack skating down the middle. 24 seconds left in the power play. Left wing pass connects to Messner. Messner flies into the attack zone left wing. Messner drops it for Dashke. Over to Manning. Manning, left circle, takes the lefty shot. Saved by Cross. Puck goes to the far corner. Manning after it. Messner joins the play. Aragon gathers it. Aragon over to the right side for Briley Wood. Will take a righty shot. And it's blocked away by Cross. Right shoulder. Puck still alive as Idaho sails it off. A Grizzly sticking out of play. As there's 1 second left in the power play. Miller has to stay in the box. As the puck sailed out of play, hopefully everybody's okay. 3 minutes and 1 second left in the third period. Like Grizzlies had a couple good looks on that power play. They just couldn't find a way to connect. Ben Cross in his Steelheads debut. It's his 5th game professionally. He played in 4 games with the Texas Stars last year. Looks like Cross has had a pretty good night. Steelheads are back at full strength as Miller joins the play wearing number 26. Idaho in a white jersey, black numbers, a little bit of silver in the top and bottom of the jersey. Gets to Cron. Left side, Cron, lefty shot kick saved by Shield. Shot might have gone wide had Shield let it go. As Grizzlies, Kabori done in his pro debut, crosses center ice, left wing pass to Armstrong. Armstrong around Zinn, stops in the far corner. Grizzlies in the attack zone. Over to Dunn, back to the left side. One-timer saved by Cross. As Tyson Upper had a pretty good look from the left side. Cross made the save. Grizzlies at neutralize, re-enter. Utah tried to get to Armstrong, but the puck kind of lifted off of Upper. As puck goes to center ice, Idaho gathers it. Both teams will make a change. Weiss over to Crone, who tried to backhand it out to Cron, who was cutting towards the net. It bounced off of Gallant. Utah throws it to center ice. Demon will drop it for Cron, who tried to nudge it ahead, didn't get very far. Cron keeps the puck. He'll enter as he gets to the right side for Crone. Crone back to the middle for Harsh. He'll take a righty shot. Glove saved by Shield. As Harsh had a pretty good look, and Shield made a glove save about shoulder high. There's 2 minutes and 4 seconds left in the third period. Reese Harsh played in 4 games with Idaho towards the end of the season. Harsh really made the rounds as he played with Cincinnati, Jacksonville, and Idaho last season. He also played in 10 EIHL games over in Europe. So, quite a busy season for him. Off the draw, Canati shot, and a save by Schill about chest high. Puck still alive as Miller over to the near goal line, backhands it up top to Punnett. Punnett fires towards the net, towards Canati's groin. Canati will gather it. That couldn't have felt good. Miller throws it behind Utah's net as Gallant will tap it off the near boards. Miller and Gallant get there about the same time. Miller nudges Gallant in the back. Mastrodonato throws it back to the far corner. Shearer runs it down. Shearer off the glass far side. Puck goes all the way towards Cross, who moves ahead to keep the play alive. Shea, right side, left side, he kept it in. Minute and a half left in regulation. Over to the left side, Dashke shot, saved by Cross, and he holds on with a minute 24 as Dashke was over to the far circle, had a pretty good look, and really, it's not just that Ben Cross has played a good game, stopping 26 of 28. He's done a good job controlling rebounds. There haven't been many second chances, and it's really unfortunate for the Grizzlies because it feels like there have been quite a few instances where if there were rebound opportunities, the Grizzlies were there to collect on it. Cross has played a good game for Idaho tonight. Draw one by the Grizzlies. Wood gets up top to Dashke. Utah in the attack zone across to Yoon. Yoon shuffles, shoulder fake, gets to Dashke on the left side, take a lefty shot. And it's blocked about 5 feet in front of Cross. A minute 12 left in the third period. Fans starting to head for the exits. As Dashke left side dangles, gets to Manning. Manning being challenged by Erdl. Erdl scored his first pro goal tonight. Dashke left side shot is blocked away by Cross's shoulder, and it flies out of play off the protective netting with exactly 1 minute left in the third period. So it looks like it's going to be an Idaho win tonight. Steelheads went 48-22-2 last season. They had exactly 100 standings points last year and a .694 winning percentage. They have been consistent winners throughout their franchise history, but in particular during the Everett Sheen era. As Everett Sheen is in his 5th season as Steelheads head coach, and he's got a winning percentage of 673. As Idaho wins the draw, they skate from left to right or right to left as Demon ahead towards Erdl. Erdl with the goal tonight. Gets pushed by Manning. Erdl strong with the puck. Keeps along the near side. Idaho's in the attack zone as Erdl gets over to McCollum. McCollum in the left point, challenged by Dashke as McCollum, as he was falling down, will brush it to the corner. Puck goes back towards Dashke McCollum, and it goes all the way to the point as Messner will throw it from one blue line to the other. Zins gets the back of the Idaho line. They'll slice it out to center ice. Puck behind Erdl off the boards. Goes over towards Jensen. He gets to Armstrong left wing and crosses center ice. Now he steps over the blue. As Armstrong will dump it in deep, 20 seconds left. As Aragon delivers a big-time hit on Demon behind Idaho's net. 12 seconds left. Idaho in their own zone as the fans get to their feet with less than 10 seconds left. Zins dumps it in, no icing. As the fans are going nuts here, 4 seconds left. Battle over in the near corner, and that will do it. Steelheads were led by 2 goals from Ty Pelton Bice, and just about everybody else contributed. Grizzlies got second period goals from Neil Shea and Mick Messner. But the Steelheads go to 1-0 this season as they get a 7-2 victory. Idaho outshot Utah 39-28. And Ben Crosden, his Steelheads debut, gets the victory in net as he saved 26 of 28. Grizzlies' next game will be next Friday on the road at the Monument against the Rapid City Rush. Don't forget, we are 2 weeks away from the Grizzlies' home opener as they start a 4-game homestand against the Allen Americans. Post-game show starts in 30 seconds. Once again, the final score from Idaho Central Arena. It's the Steelheads 7 and the Grizzlies 2. It's the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.
When you buy tires at Les Schwab, you're getting more than just tires. You're getting America's best tire warranty, 60-day satisfaction guarantee, no hassle road hazard protection, and free maintenance for the life of your tires. So if something happens to your tire on the road, we'll fix it, or we'll replace it, no questions asked. Other places make you pay extra for that kind of protection, but at Les Schwab, it's included with every set of tires, because more warranty means less worry, and nobody stands by their tires like Les Schwab. Get more from Les.
Final score from Idaho Central Arena. It's the Steelheads 7 and the Grizzlies 2. We'll see if we'll have enough voice to get through the post-game report. Idaho got a power play 7:51 into the game as Dylan Fitz got a tripping minor. The Grizzlies really had two good scoring chances in the first 5 minutes of play and just couldn't capitalize on either one of them. Notably, an Aaron Aragon breakaway where he really made a nice move on Cross, but Cross was able to make a big stop for the Steelheads to keep the game scoreless. Dylan Fitz got a tripping minor, 7:51 in, and halfway through the power play, it was Ty Pelton-Bice connecting on a one-timer from the right circle as Bice scored with Crone and Cudla getting the assist. They're doing the 3 stars. Connor McEachern is the 3rd star tonight. He had 1 goal and 1 assist and was a +3. The 2nd star of the game is a guy who made his pro debut and had a goal. Connor Punnett is the number 2 star. He had a goal and an assist, was a +2 and had 3 stars. So McEachern was the 3rd star. Connor Punnett is the 2nd star. Let's see who the 1st star is tonight. My guess is it's the guy that scored 2 goals. Let's see. The 1st star is Ty Pelton-Bice. He did score 2 goals. He did get the first goal of the game, and so I guess he wins Cam McGuire's fish costume thingy as Bice scored 8:58 in. Then 41 seconds later, it was A.J. White. It looked like White bounced the puck off a Dashke's skate into the back of the net, 9:39 in. McEachern picked up an assist. And then just over 3 minutes later, it was Connor McEachern getting his first of the year with Cudla and Register picking up the assists. Idaho led 3-0 after 1 period. The Steelheads outshot the Grizzlies 11-7 in the first period. Connor Punnett, who was the 2nd star of the game, extended the lead to 4-0 as he scored 1:09 into the second. It was kind of an odd play as Mark Olver had the puck on the right side and he fired it off the crossbar and the puck ricocheted towards the left wing. Punnett was skating in, had all sorts of momentum, got the puck and he fired it on a blast past Adam Schill. It was probably the hardest shot we saw all night. Punnett got the goal over with the assist and that made it a 4-0 game. Idaho extended the lead on a shorthanded goal. Bice scored with Thomas Caron getting the assist as Bice scored from the right side on a one-timer from Caron, as Caron and Bice were just, throwing the puck back and forth on a give and go. Looks like Thomas Caron's going to be a good player this season for the Steelheads. He had 1 goal and 1 assist despite not getting star honors. And with the shorthanded goal, Steelheads took a 5-0 lead. On that same power play, with 5 seconds left in the man advantage, Grizzlies got on the board as Neil Shea got the puck over on the left side, just fired a quick-looking shot that got over the left shoulder of Ben Cross. Shea, who had 18 goals with Newfoundland last year, found the back of the net for the first time as a Grizzly, and he picks up the goal 14:31 into the second. It was a power play goal. Utah was 1 for 3 on the power play. Idaho was 1 for 2. Keaton Mastrodonato picked up his first point in a Grizzlies uniform with an assist. Idaho extended the lead back to 6-1 as Caron scored 16:53 in with Crone getting the assist. That was a 5-on-5 goal. Mick Messner scored 19:45 into the second. Right now it's listed as unassisted as Messner pretty much went coast to coast. Grizzlies had a 2-on-1. Messner called his own number from the right circle and fired it past Cross. That made it a 6-2 game, and that's the way it stood after 2 periods. Both teams had 13 shots in the second. And then 6:01 into the third period, it was Justin Ertl picking up his first pro goal with Brandon Hoffman and Connor Punnett getting the assists. So both Punnett and Ertl scored goals in their professional debuts. For Ertl, he just had the 1 goal, but Punnett had 1 goal and 1 assist. It was the only shot taken by Ertl tonight, and it found the back of the net 6:01 into the third period. Good crowd here at Idaho Central Arena, 5,104. Saw the Steelheads come away with a 7-2 victory. Among the 28 shots taken by Utah, Briley Wood and Neil Shea led the club with 4 each. Tyson Upper had 3 shots. He was pretty active in the third period tonight. And a bunch of other Grizzlies with 2 shots. For Idaho, even though he didn't get a point tonight, Lyndon McCollum led the way with 5 shots on goal. Ben Cross gets the win in net. He saved 26 of 28. He was 2-2 with the Texas Stars last season. And getting the loss is Adam Schill, who saved 32 of 39. But really, the Grizzlies Idaho had a lot of scoring chances, and they were able to get the puck in those scoring areas quite a bit. And I wouldn't put the 7 goals on Shield. He's a good goaltender. It's just that Idaho had a good night offensively. They had 2 good nights in the preseason. And, it looks like the Steelheads are going to be firing in all cylinders because there's not a true weakness to their club. And I think if you're a Grizzlies fan, you're probably okay with the fact that the Grizzlies and Steelheads only meet 9 times during the regular season as opposed to the 14 or 15 times in most years. So the Grizzlies have a full week off before heading to the Black Hills. Next Friday and Saturday, the Grizzlies will face the Rapid City Rush October 25th and 26th. The Rapid City captain this season is going to be Ryan Wagner. Wagner is a former member of the Grizzlies. I believe he was on the 2019-2020 club. So Ryan Wagner is the Rapid City captain. Obviously, they're led by Scott Burt, who was a teammate with Ryan Kanaswich. And I got to imagine Scott Burt is going to be part of the Grizzlies trivia questions during next week's games. Grizzlies home opener is 2 weeks from now. As Grizzlies start a 4-game homestand with 2 games against the Allen Americans. Don't forget the opening weekend is presented by Smith's. And come join us for all the excitement as the Utah Grizzlies are underway with their 30th season of professional hockey in the state of Utah. Now about wrap things up here tonight. It just wasn't the Grizzlies' night as Idaho scored early and often, 3 in the first, 3 more in the second, and 1 in the third. Both of the Grizzlies' goals came in the second period. Well, we hope you enjoyed the broadcast and not necessarily the final outcome. Once again, in 2 hours and 27 minutes and in front of a crowd of 5,104, the Idaho Steelheads got 2 goals from Ty Pelton-Bice, 1 goal and 1 assist from Thomas Caron and Connor McEachern, as well as Connor Punnett in his pro debut. Grizzlies got second period goals from Neil Shea and Mick Messner. In terms of the picks to click, if you're an Idaho fan, from their perspective, the Idaho pick to click winner is Ty Pelton-Bice. For the Grizzlies, the pick-to-click winner is a Neil Shea, is a Mick Messner. You know what? I picked Messner as my pick-to-click going into tonight's game. Do I become biased? That's where it becomes tough. Do I say that Mick Messner is the winner of the pick-to-click just to say that I won? I'm not sure. I think Neil Shea and Mick Messner probably tie for the pick-to-click tonight as both guys had 1 goal. Shea did score on the power play. Messner did score 5-on-5 with 15 seconds left in the second period. We'll be back on Friday night next week, 7 days from now, as the Grizzlies take on the Rapid City Rush for the first of a 2-game set. I'm Tyson Whiting, and I'm just pursuing my dream. You've been listening to the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network, and we'll talk to you on next Friday for the first meeting against Rapid City this season. Coverage begins at 6:50 with face-off at 7:05 over from the Monument. I'm Tyson Whiting, and it is what it is. You've been listening to the Utah Grizzlies Hockey Network.